All right, what's going on, Panthers fans? I'm Nick, for those of you who don't know, because Jaws and Kyle are out somewhere else. So I'm actually filling in for them for tonight's game against the Minnesota Wild, in addition to two more games. So I'll also be here with you guys on Friday as the Panthers take on the Blues, and also when they take on the Lightning in the second of their back-to-back, that is on Monday, and those will be at 7 Eastern, the two of those games. So great to have you here. I'm going to be, of course, reacting to tonight's game. For those of you who don't know, I am a San Jose Sharks fan. That's the team I grew up watching, and I do like the Panthers, and I especially like hanging out with this great community of fans. By the way, I hope my audio is sounding all right. This is my new microphone, so I'm just testing this out. And a couple of you guys are actually testing out memberships for the first or second time. So we had Colby here, who I would think is a Kraken fan, joining memberships. What's going on, Daniel? Damien, hello. 5-2 Cats, woo! And there'll be a good chance that the Florida Panthers could put up a couple of goals, or maybe a plethora. Yes, a plethora, because the Wild are decimated with some big injuries right now. So Eric Sinek, one of the great two-way centers in the NHL, who doesn't get talked about enough, but he's been rising up in discussions. He's out. Philip Gustafsson, the goaltender, who's playing great so far this year, is out. And also Jake Middleton in the defense is out as well. By the way, for those of you who don't know, that's the third time I've said that already. Well, good. There's going to be beer tonight, so you can drink along with that. For anybody who is not familiar with this K9 right here, this is my girl Cortana, and she'll be getting treats just like that one for every super chat for anybody who becomes a member, just like Colby here, and also every time there's a goal. And that would be a Panthers goal, or let's say two treats for Cortana when there's a Panthers goal. We'll throw it down for some of our Wild fans as well. We'll give them a treat when they score too. Is it hard to hear me? All right. Input is in another mic, not the road. Oh, really? Thank you. I'll check that out. Test. What about now, guys? What about now? How am I sounding? I'm turning up the input. What about right now, guys? Is that okay? It's a studio microphone, so it's not like a streaming or podcasting. Well, it's more for like voiceover work. Who am I and what did I do with Jaws? Good to see you here. All right. Any better? Any better? And if you can't hear me, then I'll just switch to my normal Mac. Oh wait, sounds a bit off, but a couple people say it's better. I think it's because this microphone is very directionally sensitive. So you have to talk like right into it. Okay. Better than before though. All right, that's good. Yeah, keep me posted because I've got you. What I probably should do. Ow, my shoulder. I should probably move my camera over this way, so then that way I can make better eye contact with all of you beautiful people, and then that way I can also watch the game. So there you go. How did I get to cover 3 games on a Panthers channel? Well, Jaws and I, we go way back like chiroprac. We've got Amanda throwing the deuce. Thank you so much. I love having the Cortana camera set up. It's actually on my leg right now. But thank you, Amanda. There's a treat for Cortana. Is that an NT1? It is an NT1. It's the new 5th generation. I just opened it up today. Great question. But yeah, we've got already a lot of our usual suspects and some people I know from my community. Hey, Dean, how you doing? Good evening to you. Of course, the Minnesota Wild, by the way, are coming off a close defeat to the team that's leading the Pacific Division right now, and that's the Vegas Golden Knights. Cardano needs to help stop the Covenant. Exactly. So my fellow Spartans, we should be just defeating the elites and the grunts out there in the green. Thank you, Matthew. Thank you. Let's see here. Might trade Ekblad and Bennett. I'm not familiar with that myself. Although we have to keep an eye, I'm sure that some of you already know, on the status of Alexander Barkov, who missed the last game due to an illness. but I think all signs are pointing to him being in the lineup tonight. You have to root for the Wild. No! But that's why I'm wearing my Minnesota Vikings cap right here, so then that way we're paying our respects to Minnesota. Sorry, Wild, you suck right now tonight. You're gonna suck, but don't worry, your football team is going to kick some ass this weekend. Chris, hey, what's going on? How's life treating me? Oh, life is overall pretty solid. I do have looking for work these days. It's pretty tough. It's more difficult than it's ever been, but I'm cautiously optimistic I'll find something that's good for me. Barkov is in, says Adonis. Thank you so much. Thanks for confirming that for us. Uh, who do I have for the Stanley Cup? You know, I the team to beat in the East, of course, is the defending champion. I really liked what the Maple Leafs did in their off season, and the results that I was expecting are in. This is a team that has some good goaltending. It's got a couple of good stay-at-home defensemen who are physical that they added in the offseason. So I don't know about the cup final because it's Toronto, but don't be surprised if the Maple Leafs make a deep run this year. Who knows? But I kind of like one of those two teams right now. With the way the Metro is right now, Washington has done a great job. They're scoring. They didn't score last year, so that's a good sign for them. But I'm not quite there. There are, I think, bigger weaknesses on those teams in the Metro, or at least I would expect those weaknesses to play out in a playoff series versus the two teams out of the Atlantic I mentioned there. Do I stream actually have the game on? Asks Deet. No, I don't because of this is on YouTube, so they have very strict copyright infringement policies. So I can't do anything like that. Um, Basically, I'm just watching and just reacting with you guys. Not everybody watches this game simultaneously, but a lot of our viewers do, based on my experiences with our great community of fans here. Even though I'm not the one who actually runs this channel. Anyway, prayers up for Stoli the goalie. Absolutely, I think Stolars is supposed to miss what 4 to 6 weeks. So making it past the first round would be for the Leafs. Yeah, exactly. I thought Toronto, like going into the year, I was like, damn, I could actually see if that team was wearing different uniforms, I'd say that they could get into the final. Conference final would be a good spot for them. Who's the doggo? Asks Ashley. It's time to ask Ashley. That's me. Um, Big kudos to anybody who remembers that. This is Cortana. Cortana is my partner in crime. I've had her since she was a little pup, and in a month, it's her 11th birthday. Oh, is that right, Chris? So, I mean, well, yeah, because of like regional blackouts, right? I hate that stuff, man. Um, Being this game is on TNT, it's not included with ESPN Plus, so I'm watching a bootleg stream. So there we go. Uh, a recap with puppets. Oh well, here I got a puppet behind me. I actually do here. I've got. Let's see if I can do this. Camera over the back. I can do it. Wait. There you go. On that top shelf where Mama hides the cookies. That's my guy. Sure won the shark. Where did the usual guys go? Asks Jake. Well, they're in an undisclosed location right now. I'm not able to share that with you, but you'll find out at some point. And oh, thank you, Ashley. Yeah, and Cortana, of course, she'll get rewarded for every Panthers goal, especially. And hopefully, we have ourselves a fun game, no matter the score. I hope that you guys have a good time with us tonight. So cheers to you. And oh wait, cheers to you. See, I'm used to this microphone, man. I'm used to having it down here because I had like a little desk stand. This one's higher up. But anyway, cheers. Oh, that's good. It's a vanilla porter. Yeah, regional blackouts do suck. Watching Fox Sports North from South Florida. Huh. Go figure. Gotta love Stream East. Yes, absolutely love Stream East. By the way, final few seconds in this game here between the Flyers and Red Wings, where the Wings will end up with a 6-4 victory. Game-winning goal off the stick of Patrick Kane. He's up to 475 in his career. Don't think he probably hits 500 this year, but I would think that he's still fresh enough to keep playing beyond this. Uh, hey, what's going on? Incorrigible Goat Slayer. Interesting. Is that even a band? Or is that the name of a band? I mean, I see that and I think of Goat Whore, but anyway. You had to pirate this game as well. Yeah, so Stream East is pretty good. I don't know how much you'll be in. Oh, it's good to have you here, though. Jake, of course, the Minnesota sports fan. Skull to you. You are a pirate? That's funny. I have an Ailstorm T-shirt. One of the great acts from Scotland. Riley, good evening to you. Season's greetings. And yeah, if you could, do leave a thumbs up on the stream because then that way it helps out the channel attract other fantastic viewers like yourselves. Um, Nashville got Justin Barron and Montreal gets Alexander Carrier. And Carrier had kind of a bit of a breakout a couple years ago where he was putting up points. I haven't really heard much of him since then. Then we also have Capo Caco being traded from the Rangers to the Kraken in exchange for a couple of draft picks, a third, and I think a fifth or a sixth, in addition to Will Borgen. I don't even know if he's been playing all that much this year, but correct me if I don't know. Am I dual streaming? I know that Jaws has this simulcast right now to Twitch, Facebook, and X, in addition to YouTube. YouTube being the platform I'm overwhelmingly more familiar with. Yeah, Cortana is always watching me for sure. That's because she knows I Saint Nick have all sorts of goodies in here. Why is Utah just called the hockey club? Well, they're just taking extra time to figuring out what the brand of that franchise will be. So before the start of next season, we'll know if they're the Yeti, if they're the what's the other team? Blizzard? Was that one of them? Mammoth? Yeah. Uh, love that the Wild do the North Stars tribute. Yeah, here we go. Oh wow, the puck isn't going to drop for another 18 and a half minutes. Right on time, right, guys? Well, anyway, yeah, the Wild in their North Stars-esque uniforms look terrific. I love their typical home look. I think it's beautiful, but that for an alternate works terrifically. Game is not on scripts. Yeah, the game Olechka is on TNT because it's a dynamite matchup. Of course, the Wild coming in now just a little bit behind the Jets in terms of record and points percentage, but the Wild do have a firm grip on second place in the Central Division. Their leading scorer, guess who? Kirill Kaprizov. He's up there among the league leaders. He's got 47 points already. He also leads the team in goals with 22. So that's 22 goals, 25 assists. Among their defensemen, Brock Faber's got 17 points. I would have thought that he would have been a little bit higher, just given how much he broke out last year. But nonetheless, he's doing a great job at both ends of the ice. You got Matt Boldy rocking 29 points. And you also have Marco Rossi in what will be a breakout season for him. He's got 25 points. And he's on the top line, and more expectations on him and Ryan Hartman when you're looking at the matchups tonight, given that Eric Sinek has been out of the Wild's lineup. Whose dog is this? Well, this is my dog, of course. This is Cortana, if you're not familiar with her. Cortana, so for those not familiar, I run Twisted Wrister Hockey. That's my channel. Jaws is a good friend of mine. And so, yeah, if you see a logo like this, and that's my channel, and so Cortana is our mascot. So if you like hockey history especially, then do check out what we're doing there. You can't stop watching her. I know. She has that effect, and that's how she just gives me that look all day and pretty much gets whatever she wants, although she always tells me it's not enough. Make the reverse retro an official third jersey. Oh, you mean like the reverse 1.0? I'd be a fan of that. That's pretty rad. I'd like to see the if instead of the sandy gold, I wish that was more of the golden rod from back in the day. but, it's still a really good look for them. She deserves all the treats. Yes, indeed, she does. I've got plenty here, but, we gotta pace ourselves, girl. This is a marathon, it's not a sprint. Great questions, great comments, everybody. If I miss something, I'll try to get to it, okay? But you can always repost. I trust you guys aren't gonna be just, spamming. Let's see. Panthers need to go back to the OG jerseys. It's a great look. I like both looks quite a bit. The original one, it's got more character to it. I would not complain if we went to it. I would just prefer that the logo should be the leaping cat without the stick. The stick, I think, kind of throws things off from I don't know. It's just I like one solid piece to my logo. I don't want like one little thing going this way too. I am very passionate when it pertains to logos, jerseys, branding, and all that. Uh, would North Stars gear technically be considered Dallas gear or Minnesota? I know that when I landed in Minneapolis a few years ago, they were selling they were selling North Stars sweatshirts at the airport there. Well, you got to be patient there, Missy. Um, I think that Dallas has the rights to that, but if you wear North Stars to a game, if the Wild are at home against the Dallas Stars and you're wearing North Stars, people will probably think that you're from Minnesota. Oh, Fabs, what's going on? I'm actually I'm a Sharks fan. I do like the Panthers though. Jason dropping the 5, give the doggo a treat. You betcha. Let's give her some organic apple here. As we're now at 14 minutes until puck drop. That's a good girl. I have to stabilize this on my leg, but I love how I can do the 2 cameras at once. Get a North Stars beanie. Yeah, I mean, the North Stars logo, people always talk about the Whalers having one of the greatest logos of all time. I think the North Stars are right up there, um, as were the Atlanta Flames, if we're talking about defunct teams. But, yeah, best logo is still Hartford. I mean, it's right up there. I think that the Red Wings is probably that's to me, I think the greatest. I think it's right there, but Hartford is in the mix too. Nordiques jerseys. The logo itself is a little odd. It's certainly a sign of the times, right? It's very abstract looking. A lot of designs were back then. The Nordiques uniforms, best ever. Best to ever touch a hockey surface. Hartford has the best theme song. Yeah. Minnesota Frost. Oh, defending champion Minnesota Frost, right? Scouts logo. Oh, really? I was never a huge fan of that one. I like the Rockies logo, but the Scouts one, I like the concept of it being the statue that's in Kansas City. I just think that from a perspective, it just looks kinda weird. Hot dog, how we doing? Good evening to you. Whoa, Ashley, 10, you betcha. You betcha. Alright, here we go. Alright, here you go, Cortana. Whoop. There it is. Sharks are starting to look like a fun team. Yeah, you bet. Aleshka says, "I used to go to Sharks games when you lived in San Jose." Oh, nice. I grew up, an hour south of there in Monterey. But I used to be at one point for just a few months, I lived in a townhouse with some other people, and I used to be able to walk door to door from my place to the Shark Tank. It took me 7 minutes. I didn't last there very long, unfortunately. Yeah, Askarov, when we talk about young up and coming goaltenders, you're seeing, Dustin Wolf put up a fantastic first full season with Calgary. You've got Jesper Wallstedt in the Minnesota Wild organization. I wouldn't expect us to see him tonight, but he is on the roster right now. And another one would be Yaroslav Askarov for the Sharks. A little dicey handling the puck, but what I like, I definitely like what I see. You went to school in Monterey. Oh, nice. Um, yeah, I went to high school at York. Uh, yeah, little little old high school called York. Um, But yeah, the Sharks are looking fun. 96 Nordiques jersey would have been cool. Oh, the rebrand with the wool for the husky. Yeah, that thing was as 90s as it gets, wasn't it? That would have been I mean, I would love to see that at some point as an alternate. Uh, for the Avalanche, I don't know, maybe. I mean, hey, they have Bernie the mascot, the Saint Bernard. Basically take that concept and put a Saint Bernard on it. How about that? Hey, Nick, it's Nick. Oh, that's right. Hey, good evening to you. You went to the Monterey Bay Aquarium once? Nice. I actually volunteered there, when I was in high school. Thrasher's primary logo is underrated. It's solid. The blue jerseys were the best. Yeah, yeah, yeah. The alternates that had, looked like a basketball jersey with, like, the numbers on the front, those are among the worst ever. Was it during 2013? Oh, no, 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 no. It was, long before that. But yeah, let me know, what you guys are thinking in terms of the score for tonight. Just wanna make sure Jaws isn't, trying to hit me up. Okay. Uh, yeah, you guys can, post your score predictions here. I think the Wild are gonna, they're gonna skate with some purpose. After all, they're gonna try to avenge their loss, to the Golden Knights recently. But, they're running into a Panthers team that's 7-2-1 in their last 10. Wild, cooling off a little bit, 7-3 or 7-3 in their last 10. That's still really good, though. I'll say that, I'm gonna say, it's gonna be more of a defensive game. I'm gonna go Cats 3-1. Riley says 4-1, 5-4 overtime win. I mean, personally, I like when games go to overtime, as long as I have the energy about me. Yes, Siberian Husky Timberwolf. Yeah, those hybrid wolf dogs are pretty rad. I haven't, gotten to really pet one in quite some time. Will I lift weights like Jaws? Great question. I won't. Maybe what I'll do is I'll do, like, a beer waterfall. Now, I do have my dumbbells are just outside the door. My shoulder's kinda giving me some problems, though, so I prefer to not do that tonight. Um, 5 to 2 is Barky back? Yeah, Barkov, somebody was saying earlier that Barkov is back. We're still a few minutes away from puck drop. And the cool thing is with this camera, look at that. I can Cortana's sitting here, I can look at that face. You want a pet monkey? Just be careful with those. I mean, they, they're crafty, tricky little bastards. Bennett is out, though. Oh, really? Uh did I have that on my depth chart? No. Sam Bennett is not playing tonight. Alright, so who would that mean, gets checks into the lineup? Unless they're gonna go, like, 11 and 7, but, I haven't heard too many teams doing that this year. Who are some players to watch in the game? Well, we'll see if Burkov can have an impact now that he's returned from illness. I'd have to look at, like, point streaks, guys, but, with the Minnesota Wild, I'm a little curious to watch, this guy who's on their 4th line, number 22, Marat Husnudinov. He spent a long time in the KHL, but, I don't know. It seems like he can score a big goal here or there. Of course, Kaprizov is just having an MVP caliber type of season, and Rossi. Maybe you want to turn your focus to Marco Rossi as an up and coming star in the NHL, number 23 for the Wild. Yeah, no Benny, huh? Uh, Trade offers for Bennett since he's a pending UFA. I mean, you got to be asking for something pretty big in return, but that's got to be an NHL player who can, add some value for you in the playoffs, and somebody who can, add some physicality ideally. Yeah, on the Florida side of things, they haven't really gotten much offense out of their defense this year. Certainly having no longer having Montour is going to have an impact on that. So I'd look to see if they're able to channel some shots from the point, and maybe if at times a defenseman's going to cheat down into the offensive zone. I don't really expect that with Florida. That doesn't seem like a very Palmer's thing. Montour was their best guy to do that, but, I don't know. I think that's kind of an interesting story for like, an underlying story for the, Panthers this year. I played for the Gophers in college. Oh, I've actually that's the only, college hockey arena I've been to, uh, at the U, as they call it. Alright, well, across platforms, we've got 117 people here, so no matter which platform you're watching on, thanks so much for hanging out with us. I'm Nick, for those of you who don't know. I'm a friend of Jaws. I got to meet him earlier this year, even though I live almost as far away as it gets in terms of the continental United States, but I'm filling in for him for today's game, in addition to Friday's game against the Blues and Monday against the Lightning. We won't be doing the Sunday game, but the Monday game against both games are against the Lightning, but the Monday game, you got me here. And also, yeah, if you're unfamiliar with my work on YouTube, my channel is Twisted Wrister Hockey. That's pretty much Twisted Wrister Hockey. There you go. You can type that in as a URL, right, with the little at symbol if you want to pull up my videos here. And of course, I'll be joining you guys for the entirety of this contest here, unless my power goes out, but the wind has died down, so I think we'll be okay. And yeah, hopefully we have a great time watching tonight. I have to name it the arbiter or chief. Well, I'm Cortana's master chief, right? Uh, anime nerd. I'm trying to remember. Eric? I don't know, but anime nerd. Good to have you here. Panthers have been a little up and down. Reinhardt's been great. I wonder if he could get into the Hart Trophy conversation. And for Tampa, Jake Gensel has been really good. Yeah, he's been a very good signing for them so far. There you go, girl. Thank you so much. Uh, like the streamer Cortana will bite me. Yeah, she's don't let those eyes fool you. She is vicious as they come. Thanks for joining us, Trey. Sound is bad again. How about right now? Is that all right? There's like 4 people dressed up as Darth Vader. Oh, because it's Star Wars night for the wild. Aha! I am good with names. All right. Boys, are we gonna get underway? Now, I might be on a slight delay because I am streaming this through Stream East, so I'm not, like, watching it through a cable feed. Puck drop is in about 3.5 minutes for me. It sounds like the audio will drop down for a split second. Okay. I might do just a little tinkering here. All right. Okay. So I've decided to, because there's a setting where you can automatically adjust the microphone volume. I've decided to turn that off. So you guys let me know if this is okay. I hope so. What are my thoughts on the Panthers? Blue line Jaws has been quite critical in this department. Oh, really? See, like honestly, guys, this is the most tuned out I've been of the NHL this year, in quite some time. So I haven't even watched let me be honest with you guys. I haven't even watched a Panthers game this year. Most teams I've not watched at all. I watch as many Sharks games as I can, but that's even less than I would like. So I can't really comment on that apart from what I said earlier. Just kind of intrigued that they haven't actually generated that much offense from their defensemen. Oh, that's so much better? Okay, great. Thank you so much, guys. And I appreciate your patience. Just like Cortana here, I appreciate her patience, so she's not whining a bunch for treats. Derek, what's going on? Thanks for filling in. Hey, you got it, man. I'm happy to be here. And we'll be underway in 2 minutes. That's great. And I hope that you guys are primed for a good holiday season ahead. Yeah, I guess it was screwing around with my microphone volume because it's kind of like a high-end condenser mic. So maybe it's really sensitive with that. It's an XLR output. But anyway. Best Halo game and why is it 3? I am a sucker for the original Halo. The original Halo I thought had the really, original Halo, it's all about the pistol. It's all about the pistol. The pistol, the shotgun, hang 'em high, and 3 very unfortunate friends of yours. Get some Panthers gear if you go to Florida in January. That'd be rad. It's a good brand to rock, you know, especially if you find something with the old logo on it. Halo is a good arcade game. You mean like arcadey? Like the Magnum is so OP, yeah, because you could zoom in and three headshots in the original Halo. That's how you get them. Might be yeah. The Magneto. What do you mean by that? Oh, the Magnum. Magnum. Let's see. You haven't finished the original Halo? What breed is Cortana? Great question. I get this often. I never got her full makeup. I know that she's part Walker Coonhound, she's part McNabb Shepherd, she's part German Shepherd, and there might be something else to her. Game started. Okay, so they're still showing the broadcast booth right now. That's how far behind we are here. Come on, banner. There we go. Oh, Rosato, what's going on? Good evening to you. Have I played the new Black Ops? Oh no, I don't have any like the new consoles. The Winter Classic rumor of the Florida Panthers. Oh, the Winter Classic. I heard that there's a rumor about them getting an outdoor game. I didn't know it was the Winter Classic. But right now, Florida's hot, man. Well, I mean, in more ways than one. Florida versus Tampa, that could be pretty fresh. Because Tampa has only played in what, one outdoor game or two? I think they've just played in one outdoor game, right? What a Jersey matchup. So we got the Minnesota Wild in their North Stars inspired jerseys. Nice beard. Oh, thank you. Yes. I've reached a new level of growth on the beard that I didn't know I had. After all, I am a Sharks fan, so you don't really get to grow much of a beard with that team. Marvel vs. Capcom. Yeah. I have the third one on my Xbox, and I have a copy of the second one too for PS2. So yeah, we're underway here with the Foligno line for the Wild. And nice retrieval here. There are going to be some people that I'm not familiar with on both sides, but especially for the Wild with the injuries that they have. Where do they play the outdoor hockey games? I mean, like where would the Panthers? I mean, because it's always going to be the location always changes based on who the host is. So the Blackhawks are hosting the Winter Classic this year. They're going to be playing it in Chicago. All right, is that... Oh, yeah, Nosek. That's right. Wait, was Nosek on your team last year? I forget. I know he was on Boston after Vegas. At the Orange Bowl. The outdoor game would be at Miami Marlins Field. Okay, that would make sense. Lone Depot. Yeah, I know, right? Stadium names have just progressively gotten worse. I wish the Panthers played in a random park in Finland. They pretty much should, considering they've played outdoors there already. Another 10 from Eric. If the Panthers have an outdoor game, it must be a Battle of Florida. Yeah, I mean, I think that Boston is a fine opponent, but yeah, give it to both Florida teams because the Bolts have only nice chance in front for the Cats. Reinhardt was on the doorstep. There we go. That's a 10 spot. Cortana gets 2 treats for that. Oops, sorry, bad pass. And a random street park. How about Edmonton and Calgary at Banff on Lake Louise? No boards, just like I don't know, just paint little lines for where the board should be. But good zone possession here. Kulikov tip play and just wide and off the side of the net there from Reinhardt. Fleury starting for the Wild, by the way. Now Verhaeghe cycles it into the corner. And on the doorstep and knocked away. And Rossi. And shipped out of the zone. Gloved down by Kulikov. And the Wild will change up. Some new personnel coming over for Florida as well. Chip down into the corner for Kachuk. He's looking behind him. Trying to keep this from Zuccarello. He gets taken down. Moved out by the Wild, and here comes Kaprizov. Or, excuse me, Marcus Johansson looking like Kaprizov there. A little shake and bake. The trailer, the shot. And that takes a hard ricochet off the backboards. And here's Tkachuk as the Panthers come the other way. I don't know. I saw that Rosado said goal, so I'm just watching the game for the moment. I'll get to your chats. Don't worry. 2-on-1. Oh, and a big save by Bobrovsky on that transition opportunity from Hartman. Wow, I'm really far behind. I hope that's not too big of a turnoff. But I've got Cortana here. Oh, here's a chance. Oh, around the net. Looking for somebody in front. That was Rodriguez, by the way. All right, Cats holding the zone here. Shot from the point. Where is that? It's behind the net. Samskevich. And now Boqvist. Getting around the net out to the point where Ekblad is. High shot. Slot. Score. And I know Ekblad had let go of that. I don't know who's, if it's going to be credited to somebody else for a tip. Just the tip. But that is the Cats on the board first, and Cortana is going to get herself a treat. Actually, she gets 2 treats. Here, we'll give her one of these like fancy yogurt-covered pretzels from Trader Joe's. It's a dog treat, by the way. Specifically for dogs. I am really delayed. Yeah. You know, what I'll probably do, there are... Here, can down? There are a couple other feeds that I can try. Let me see if I can get to this one here. Because Stream East has a couple of options. How many languages do I speak? I don't speak any other language fluently. I know, like, I can understand Spanish pretty decently. And I used to speak Italian decently. Like, I could go to Italy and get around town really easily. But yeah, I don't know anything fluently. But I like learning just like a few phrases here and there in other languages. Like I was in Czechia a couple of years ago for the global series, and even though I didn't really have to use much Czech, I did take a little time to learn some. And even the same thing for Finland, you know? Even if you just like greet somebody in their language, even though they know that you're not, you know, from there or have been living there, in a lot of places that can go a long way, I think. Okay, so it says 13:21 left in this game. Wow, I've got 14:30. Holy God. Ay. Pick up any finish? En puhu somea. I don't speak Finnish. I know how to cuss. As long as you know how to say cheers and how to cuss, that can take you places. Okay, I'm still behind, but not by as much now. I've got 13:40, and on NHL.com I see it was like 13:20. So not terrible. So I'll be behind, but not too bad. Hamburger Hut. Oh, John, what's going on? Great last name, by the way, if you're a Panthers fan. Or are you talking about Hamburger Time? Hamburger Time. NHL webcast is better. Oh, okay. Well, I also know NHL 66. I can try that. All right, we're going to go to a commercial break, by the way. So Ekblad got credited for the goal, yeah? Yeah. That's his second of the year from Boqvist and Samskevich. All right. 150 people across platforms. Thanks so much for being here, and thank you for your patience. And I'm going to... So, NHL 66... Yeah, let's see if I can get a better stream on 66. It would be best on 69, as we know. Let me see here. Oh man, I can't get the NHL 66. Oh, what the deuce? All right, let's try this one out. NHL 66 VPN connection is goated to Japan. Interesting. I wasn't having problems with NHL 66 until recently. All right. Well, anyway, Panthers and Wild. Let's see if I can get a good stream here. Pixel Sports TV. No, 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 no. No, no. Okay, let's see if I can get that. Oh, okay, link 1. Oh man, I'm just getting a bunch of prompts to sign up for stuff, so I can't get it. But like I said, guys, I'm not that far behind, honestly. I'm only like 20 seconds behind. They geolock their feeds to, yeah, Hungry, Xenomorph. Oh yeah, good to see you here. That definitely makes sense. But yeah, Stream East is killing it. I mean, I know that they're streaming from like Russia, right? But yeah, I'm at 1321. Yeah. Okay, so I am a little behind, but not terribly. Not too bad. All right. Yeah, Merry Christmas, Riley, if I don't talk to you until then. The dog hasn't moved her head away from the camera or hasn't walked away once. Nope. She's just anticipating goals and super chats because then she gets lots of treats. Am I a Vikings fan? Says Hot Dog. I'm a big Minnesota Vikings fan for like about 27 years. And yeah, it's been a good season, but it ain't done yet. We weren't supposed to be good at all. All right. Here comes Rossi. Little floater pass that gets knocked away. Brodin drop pass. Zook, shot from the point. Kaprizov couldn't get good wood on that. Now from the dot, Zuccarello. Oh, Kaprizov in front, and Bobrovsky closes the door. Are you kidding me? Yeah, Darren Pang is astonished that didn't go in. Hey, what's going on? Weather and Low? Good to have you here. Yeah, I mean, hey, just for the Vikings to be in the playoffs, I mean, that's amazing. They, like I said, I had no idea it would be with Sam Darnold. But yeah, they've got a couple of tough games to close out the year, and that's good. It's good preparation for the postseason. Packers looking good too. Yeah, I mean, all Green Bay has done is beaten everybody who doesn't have a better record than them. You know, and I know at least one of their losses to Detroit was just by a field goal, and Minnesota only beat them, I think, by 2 points. And then their first game of the year was against Philadelphia in Brazil. So I mean, like that I almost don't even think about that, right? Justin Jefferson's been killing it. Eric, oh my god, man, Cray has been really good for the Vikings this year. Also, Baker and the Bucks are heating up. Yeah, and that could be a first round matchup. Here, Cortana, treat. Yeah, it's gonna be. We got Uno, and we got Dos. Vikings low-key 1 seed. Oh. I don't know, man. We just got to win in Seattle. We haven't done that in forever, man. All right, I got 12:21 left on my... Okay, maybe I do need to find a different stream on the next commercial. But I've got 12:10 remaining here in the first period. Should be a good playoff year. I mean, I'm curious to see if Buffalo can get their offense going on the road in Kansas City in January. That's going to be very difficult. You know, the Chiefs' defenses look pretty strong. Vikings and Steelers. Steelers got a Super Bowl? But I would absolutely love to see Minnesota versus Buffalo, considering both teams are 0-4 in the big game. Josh Allen will not be denied. Yeah. I mean, or what if we got like a conference championship between the Bills and the Ravens? So we get, Lamar versus Allen for the big one. Herbert hopefully makes the playoffs. We'll love to see the Chargers. Go Chargers! Big ups to Jim Harbaugh. He's no surprise. He's done a fantastic job over there so far. But now Denver. Who would have thought Denver would have been this good? You're a Dolphins fan. Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. I got lots of Dolphins fans here. Tough year for you guys. But at least your second half has been a lot better. Yeah, Bo Nix. And everybody was laughing at him when the Broncos selected him. We're down to 11 minutes here. Shots favor the Panthers, by the way, 6-5. Now, whoa, that's weird. When I see 20, wait. Oh, I thought I saw 24 for Minnesota because I think of Matt Dumba, but he's, of course, long gone now. All right, skated into the Panthers zone. Again, these are players I've never even heard of for Minnesota. Did I even write this guy on my depth chart? Oh, Devin Shore. Devin Shore's back in the NHL. I didn't even know that. All right, we get a whistle here. I'm seeing 10:37 left. Oh. All right. Panthers win the faceoff. Rodriguez is going to chip this out. They'll get a change. Kaprizov with speed. And the Wild are offside. The Sabres are the biggest of AFC. Yeah, I know, right? 11-game winless streak. Hey guys, what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? Like, who's gonna make the bigger move, or who's gonna make a big change first? The Sabres or the Rangers or the Predators? I know the Preds just shut out the Rangers, but I mean the Preds were on a horrible slide, and they're a long ways out from any sort of relevance, which I did not expect. Tom Brady to Josh Allen. Yeah, Josh Allen is not like fumbling away games this year. He is on a mission for sure. Rangers, because it doesn't look like the Sabres do much to help themselves. Man, I do feel awful for those fans though. I mean that team was supposed to be like a unit with their young core, and I mean there's just something that I did talk to some Sabres fans who were a fan or who did support Lindy Ruff returning to the team. I like Lindy Ruff, but I just didn't think that he would be a good fit there at this time in his career with a younger group like that. The only good New York area team is the Devils. Yeah, that's right. Islanders are Islanders. Oh, and they score as Bobrovsky thought he was interfered with. That shot coming from the point, and I think maybe tipped in by Kaprizov. So it's 1-1 for now, but we're going to have to check this out to see if there's interference or anything like that. Because, yeah, Bobrovsky was not set whatsoever. Here, I'll give Cortana, well, sorry, Cortana, we got to wait for the ruling on this one. Yeah, or were they saying it was a high tip? Let's take a look. Yeah, I don't know what happened with Bobrovsky there. Oops, sorry. There you go, girl. Wasn't a high stick. Huh. Well, the Panthers are challenging for goaltender interference. Jack Eichel and Reinhart have won cups since leaving Buffalo. You know who else did was Ryan O'Reilly. And guess what? Ryan O'Reilly was the Conn Smythe. Did they? Yeah, there was a little bit of contact with Bob there. And that might have been before Bobrovsky could have actually had a chance to reset himself and make the save. So the Panthers do have a case here. It was not a lot of contact between Rossi and Bobrovsky, but I think that might be enough to get called back. Let's take a look again. Oh, actually, you know what? That is a decent amount of contact. I think it's going to get overturned. Yeah. Buffalo's a poverty sports city. I don't think people here feel too bad for them, but yeah. I mean, hey, Minnesota, among their four big teams. I mean, even the soccer team, but they haven't been there that long at the MLS level. But Minneapolis hasn't won a title in the sports since, oh, geez. You got to turn that all the way back to the Twins in 1991. Yes, Buffalo only has 2 teams, yeah. Here comes, we don't know what goalie interference is. Yeah, right. On a nationally broadcast game, that's exactly what should happen. Corton. Oh, that's my hair? No, that might be Mrs. Twister's. Messi carries the MLS. Oh, for the Panthers or for Miami. All right. Well, I see the chat here, but let's wait for the official. Let's wait for this to be officially official, like a ref with a whistle. Yeah. So the Wild are still being shut out right now. Knock on wood. But yeah, it remains 1-0 as there was goaltender interference, and I think that's the right call. Cortana deserves it. She did get one, but you know what? I'm going to give her another. Ow, dang, my shoulder. What happened to my shoulder? Pinched nerve? I have no idea. All right. But yeah, no goal. No goals. You say Saros. No goals. Kirill looks so sad. He does, yeah. He looks like a kid who didn't get his remote control car on Christmas. The NBA viewership is down 28%. 48% the last 10 years. Wow. I mean, I don't have an educated opinion on that so much. I know there were recently complaints about, the volume of 3-point shots. But I would say that stems from the fact that basketball is not a competitive game anymore. It still has competition to it, but it becomes more about just like shooting accuracy, right? To me, the NBA has largely just nuked post play. Oh, Verhage got taken down behind the net there, but no call. When I was growing up, a good game was 92-89. It wasn't 192-189. It's practically right there. Give them an overtime or two, and that's the score. It's just ridiculous. So they need to let players actually defend each other. All right, shot from the side and covered up by Fleury as we're down to 8:36. Bet Bruins fans will say it's a bad call. Anyway, we'll go to a commercial break here. Kaprizov had the tip, and just the tip, but we don't see that on the score sheet now, do we? Just trying to get this. I got this like tiny. This is like a little tripod here, right? Yeah, there's the game. Commercials, but there we go. There you go, good girl. Oh yeah, so what's everybody doing for Christmas, for the holiday season? It's always a fun one. I mean, hey, we can take this whole time to like the intermission. We can talk about Christmas traditions, Christmas feasts, holiday movies, stuff you do in the snow. Even though some of you don't live anywhere near the snow. Yeah, Rangers traded Capo Caco. How about that? And all they got for a former second overall pick was a third, a sixth, and Will Borgen. I haven't watched Borgen in the past couple of years, but really he was a good fit in Seattle for a while there, so could be worse. Bought Grandpa a bottle of wine today. Nice. I'm sure that's going to be a good holiday then. When did that happen? It just happened before this game, pretty much. Are the Rangers fire selling? Yeah. I'd be surprised to see them doing that with, Panarin still under contract, right? Zibanejad, Kreider, unless those are the guys on the block. But, you're coming up on the prime years of Fox. And I'm just trying to think of any forward. Lafreniere, kind of. He's pretty young still. He's only 23 or something. Yeah, they turned 180 degrees. Yeah.
I mean, they started the season decently, but yeah, this is kind of unprecedented. Your family enjoys opening gifts and food. I think food is a gift. At least it beats some of the socks. I'd be like, Mom, why this stocking felt so heavy? Why is it filled with socks? No, Mama Twist is amazing. Bad defense, and that's crazy, man. It's like the Rangers should not have bad defense. They really shouldn't. You know, Lindgren is supposed to be one of the better stay-at-home defensemen in the NHL. Fox plays this position pretty well. Keandre Miller, I've been a big fan of his. You know, they should be able to be at least in the top 10 in goals against average. Sneaking suspicions the Rangers are going to overcorrect and make too many moves. Well, the thing, though, is that you don't want to be barely making the playoffs and, like, sputtering your way into the playoffs, right? They're not even in a playoff spot right now, but, you know, it's almost like they should just deliberately try to suck the rest of this year so that they get a better draft pick or so that they can, you know, stockpile a couple of assets. But in the New York sports market, that's just not the case, right? Sean Avery for the state of the team. Really? Yeah, players aren't happy leading to poor performance. The thing with the Rangers is that, like, you know, we've seen it in the postseason that their offense, especially at 5-on-5, it just dries up. You know, versus what they're able to do in the regular season. Yeah. Something happened with Zibanejad off the ice. All right, here come the Wild in transition, but they are offside. Otherwise, that was going to be potentially kind of a 2-on-1. Your Flames play the Senators tomorrow. A couple of teams that are, for the most part, doing above expectations, or at least they're what? The Senators are actually in a playoff spot right now, at least in terms of points percentage. So that's good for them. But the Flames... Oh, wait. Whoops. Hey, everybody. The Flames have been a nice surprise this year. I don't know if they're going to stay... You know, if they're going to stay in the playoff conversation. They're basically hovering around that second wild card right now. You can't do that, girl. Need teams to beat the Senators to keep off the Lightning's back. I don't know. Tampa seems pretty clear of them, though. How long was Kucherov out, by the way? I know that he missed the game against the Sharks, and they still scored 8 times. Oh. Here comes Rossi. He shoots and a pad save by Bob. Bubba. Is Jaws still calling him Bubba? It's where you live. That's is that wait, I'm sorry, is that Ottawa or Calgary? I definitely want to go to Calgary. I don't know what's in Ottawa specifically, but Calgary for me, I can drive there in a day. So at some point I'll make it. Your Flames love to hover near the playoff line. Yeah, yeah, that's right. Last year they got rid of so many guys, understandably so, but they actually were not. I think they finished with what, 80 points, 81 points. It wasn't a disaster at all. You know, we just tend, people from the outside tend to think about, you know, Huberdeau and Kadri's contract, and we're just like, yeah, that team sucks, and it's like, no, they could be actually a lot worse off. Kucherov has been back last just 2 or 3 games. All right. Looks like going to the box is the guy who used to wear, or who wears Tarasenko's old number. Checks notes. AJ Greer, former Boston Bruin AJ Greer. Great White, what's going on? Nice pick, by the way. Do I live stream during the Sharks games? I did a couple earlier this year. I think I did maybe 3 of them. I'm not like planning to do it regularly. At some point though, this is not this year, but like at some point, I might actually just have one other channel dedicated to just the Sharks. I'm not entirely sure. There are so many different ways I could switch things up, but basically right now my channel is going to focus more probably on like the longer form videos. Who scored for the Cats? It was Aaron Ekblad, Kenneth. His second of the year, a shot, and Bobrovsky doing the bob. The what do you call that, guys? Actually, Fleury does this as well, where he kind of like jumps. He like leaps to make the save to get a positional advantage, and like blocker it. You're fine compared to Buffalo or New York. Yeah, I think so. I mean, you've got prospects, you've got young goaltenders. That's fantastic. Probably a much better organizational culture at this point. TNT is better than ESPN. The Bob Leap shoulder save. Yeah. It's pretty signature between him and Fleury. Oh, Scripps. Yeah, I don't even know Scripps. I mean, because I used to listen to the Bally's, but I mean I do love Steve Goldstein, but yeah. Oh, and another save by Bob as there was some good traffic in front. That looked pretty acrobatic. 50 seconds left here on the penalty. And here come the Panthers. And this is unfortunately actually another penalty as Zuccarello got taken down. Wolf is a product of San Jose. Yeah, he's from Gilroy. That was about 45 minutes from where I grew up. And they also have Devin Cooley in their minors, and he's actually from right next to San Jose in Los Gatos. Nick, what's going on, man? Good evening to you. Did the Hawks play today? No, they didn't. By the way, unfortunately, the Maple Leafs got a win, so even if the Panthers tie them in points tonight, since they've played one more game, Toronto will still be ahead in terms of record, but Panthers are right there. They're on tomorrow. Okay. Scripps has been taking a lot of regional broadcasts. Okay, yeah. Because I know that with my Sharks, they're on NBC Sports, so there wasn't like an issue with them having to change broadcast partners. What's with all the penalties? Well, you know what? I'd rather take penalties and not give up not give up any goals from this than have the goal that got called back. If that actually stood, that would probably be worse, because you're not going to be killing a 5-on-3 for all that long. If you can win this face-off, that will be a huge advantage to you. Cooley's a funny guy, yeah. Oh yeah, he was the one who was like, what does he say? Like, I forget what he said about dying or something like that. It was actually really funny. That was last year. Panthers will get back on top of the Atlantic soon. I mean, the good thing for them is that they're really healthy. John, what's going on? Thanks for joining us here. Might fade in and out. Got to work early. Give a treat to Cortana. You got it. Here, you know what we can do when we give Cortana treats? Here, we'll drop these two to her. So what I can do is can I ISO on Cortana? Not on me. No. Can I ISO on her? Yeah, here we go. ISO on Cortana. All right. There we go. Thank you, John. All right. Oops. All right, I'm down to 410. Like MLB, who's looking to remove blackouts from TV broadcasts. That would be nice. Well, see, that's good. MLB needs to, regain some of its audiences for fan bases that actually want a level playing field. And a score! That's Kaprizov, or is that Rossi? That's Rossi on the doorstep. And I think that was still 5-on-3, so the PK is not done just yet. It's now 1-1. Officially, I don't think this one's coming back. All right, well, the Wild scored Cortana. You get the smallest treat. There you go. Can't hold a damn lead. Yeah. What the French? Oh, well, damn it. I'm like, hey, let's take a look at the No, the replay already went. Manfred's refusal to add salary cap. Well, I mean, and I'm somebody who, to clarify, I want there to be a cap floor and a cap ceiling. And you can, if you want to do like luxury taxes or whatever, kind of like the NBA does. I'm not a huge fan of that, but hey, if a team wants to buy a championship like we saw last year, then sure, you can do it that year, but there should be consequences for the next several years from something like that. Anyway, I won't I'll get off my podium a little bit with that. But yeah, that's a power play goal from Marco Rossi as we go to a commercial break. Except for you guys. Oh, thanks, Olechka. How are the Wild this good? It's kind of weird. I know, right? Like, I'm not a big John Hines believer. Here they are with like 40-year-old Marc-Andre Fleury. Gustafsson last year was bad. Season before that, he was good. He's really good again. And right now in the lineup, I know the team lost their last game, but they have a bunch of guys I'm not even familiar with or who I didn't even know had a job in the NHL. Who's going to win this game? I thought it'd be Florida. Because of the Wild missing some personnel, and with Barkov coming back into the lineup, I thought this was their game. But we've got 40 minutes left. A lot of hockey ahead of us. Yeah, the Wild actually scored a power play goal. What about the Hawks? A large amount of Hawks fans can't even watch their games in Chicago due to the new network. Damn, dude. It's almost like back in the early aughts when those games used to be blacked out. Those blackouts are probably worse than I was in college. All right, well, we have some other action happening tonight. Not too many games, but the Canucks and the Utahs are tied at 0 so far. Utah staying alive in that playoff conversation. The Ducks are playing the Jets. Jets coming off almost a last-minute victory last night against my Sharks. It's early there in Anaheim, and the Ducks are out shooting the Jets 10-1. But no score. And earlier, as I said, the Maple Leafs beat the Dallas Stars, who, they've been both teams have been very steady this year. They've been among the more consistent teams in hockey. But the Maple Leafs, being outshot 40-19, still get the victory. And the Red Wings are able to hold off the Philadelphia Flyers. Game-winning goal scored by Patrick Kane. The Utahians. The Utes? I almost want to call them the Utes, but that's a different team. Who scored for the Wild? It was Rossi, Marco Rossi. Rossi channeling his Mike Bossy. All right, here come the Panthers. Top line out there. In front, Barkov, and denied by the pad of Fleury. All right. Hartman shoots just wide of Bob's glove. I think the Leafs are frauds. Like I said, I mean, with that roster, and Craig Berube, by the way, I think if they were wearing different uniforms, we'd be getting some very different opinions on them. They do have that sort of track record, though, of being the Leafs when push comes to shove. But I still wouldn't be surprised if they had their best season, including postseason, with this core of players. I think it could very well come this time around. But they, it's all about quality. You can still, hold on to the puck for a decent amount of the game, even if you're not quite getting the shots through as much. All right. Oh, you've never seen the Kraken, or you haven't yet. Jeremy Roenick's going to be honored. Oh, awesome. Boy, I loved his Hall of Fame speech. That was almost kind of brought a tear to my eye. Or what he said about Doug Wilson too. And now, Declan Chisholm. I'm not very familiar with it. The stretch pass ahead, picked off by Ekblad. Moved ahead, Samoskevich, he shoots Bardowski. It's 2-1 Cats, and that's a big goal with under 2 minutes left. Not to mention Minnesota had kind of the momentum there. And so, it's the Cats regaining the lead, and Cortana being rewarded with yet another treat. That was beautiful. Wow. Beautiful shot. And just a good stretch pass up ice to get that going. No way Fleury can stop that thing. Cortana likes this game. Yes, indeed. I mean, you're a fantastic group as well, so she has to be rewarded, right? Got to make sure everybody here is entertained to some extent. You know, Cortana hasn't really been gaining her holiday weight just until now, so we got some work to do for this little Yule log in front of us. Yeah, see, Alechka, that's quite the dilemma. I thought this game was in Florida, not sure why. I mean, if that many Panthers fans could wear green in the crowd during a close to Christmas game, I would still be very surprised. What's my favorite Halo game? Oh, that's funny. Somebody asked me that earlier. I still love the original Halo. The Combat Evolved remake that was released, like the Master Chief Collection, when they had that remastered, that was really good. But yeah, the first one to me, it's all about that pistol. A couple of the maps there were just so much fun. I like just kind of how just mechanically and the feel of running around with your weapon. That to me was, I don't know, it just, there was something just perfect about how that was designed, I think. Do the Panthers have a Star Wars night? I don't know. But you know what? I think it's time we kind of move on from Star Wars night. We need a Harry Potter night. That's what we need. Is Cortana the first what? GOC? Is that an acronym for something? On the subject of trilogies, a couple months ago, Mrs. Twister and I actually sat down morning till midnight watching all 3 extended Lord of the Rings movies. Oh, I'd say it's worth doing once. It's kind of exhausting though, honestly. A shot and a glove off the glove of Bob there. Wild threatening in the last second. Spurgeon's going to slap it around the net. And that's going to do it for the end of the first period. As a little pushing and shoving behind the net. Rossi was right there on the doorstep next to Bob. But the Panthers, despite the second half of that period being controlled by Minnesota, will skate into the dressing room. I guess people say dressing room more than locker room. Jason with the 5, by the way. And the Cats are up 2-1. You can't complain about that, but you got to have a little bit more fire in your game here with the way the Wild, like I said, the Wild, they're hungry after that loss to Vegas. So you have to super chat. All right, Mackie.
All right. Because Mackie scored some good, we're going to give Cortana a treat. She's been a good girl. She hasn't been bad. Okay?
There you go, sweetie. Only the NHL or AHL and ECHL have the teddy bear toss. Oh, actually, I went to the teddy bear toss game in Spokane. 11 days ago? Yeah. Other, like, the junior leagues have that. We had what was it, 8,222 teddy bears or plushies. Yes, thank you, Amanda. Please do leave a thumbs up if you could. If you're on the fence, that's all right. We've got plenty of hockey left. That was ugly. I mean, I thought Minnesota played well. Like I mentioned, they controlled a lot of that period. But it's that goal, it's that beautiful snipe from Sam Miskevich. What are you gonna do about it, right? Tourists complaining about the Sharks in Utah getting rough after the game. Oh, is that right? Come on now, this is the NHL. This isn't. I know it's not as tough as it used to be, but this isn't soccer, right? The funny thing is probably I'd say probably about 10% of people in the Salt Lake area are at least from California. So, for all I know, some of them might have been Sharks fans growing up. Is Cortana my first dog? Yeah. I did not grow up with dogs at all. I had guinea pigs for 5.5 years. But yeah, Cortana is my first dog, and she sets the bar so high that I can't even reach it. She needs some love or another treat. She's just waiting around for another treat. But we can come down. We can give Cortana some love. Here. Let's do. We're gonna do a full Cortana cam. All right, here we go. Ready? Let's make it happen. Saw some Sharks fans at the Devils Arena. All right, we're gonna go rogue here. We're gonna get down there. We're gonna go pet Cortana. Give her some love for being a good girl. All right. Cortana's like, I get it, Dad, but I don't give a rip. Just give me the damn treats. Well, girl, I'm already depleted about 60% here, but I think we can make it happen. Let's see here. How about this? How about we get Cortana to, she's still got a few in the bag. Here we go. Can you sit for me? Can you sit? Okay, thank you. And Okay, she's not really doing it too well. Try to get her to boot my nose there. Amanda, another $5. Thank you. The wild forward group from Rossi, Kaprizov to Gaudreau are really small. Well, certainly not Foligno. He's a very hard-nosed player. But, yeah, they don't have... Actually, you know what? I can't say this because I am not very familiar with some of these guys in the bottom six. But... yeah, the Wild, to my knowledge, outside of Foligno, don't really push too many teams around in their forward group specifically, and certainly having Middleton out of the lineup, I think that's a bit of an impact because Middleton he's not an enforcer by any means, but he is that more imposing, patrolling sort of defenseman who will go out there, make the hits, and confront his adversaries. Jágr? There is only one Jaromir Jágr, isn't there? The best player in Panthers history? I mean, I think that by now we can say it's probably the captain. It's probably Barkov. I've met Fluffy. I did meet Fluffy. Yeah. I was over there in early April. And, Fluffy was very sweet. And, boy, he did not want you to stop giving him attention either. And Jaws did tremendous work with him, and he lived a long life for a Saint Bernard. It's Yager. Yager's the best Panther of all time. But yeah, Barkov, right? And then you could say probably Luongo, even though Bobrovsky has, righted the ship after what was a rough couple of years for him there. And, Bure wasn't there for all that long, but in terms of pure skill, he has to be, mentioned in that sort of conversation, maybe on that Mount Rushmore. Barkey's not better than the... No. I'm just saying that Yager as a Panther was not as good as Barkov as a Panther. But Yager, of course, still has the body of work. He has the Hart Trophy. I think he's got one or two. He led the league in scoring a couple times. Now, Barkov has, of course, the Selke Awards, but still, Yager is the more accomplished. But Barkov's not even 30 years old. He's got some great years ahead of him, and who knows? I think he's punching his ticket to the Hall of Fame already, though. Yeah. Yeah, and don't forget Huberdeau, man. It's so funny how like I haven't even really talked about Huberdeau in a couple of years, but he was a pretty special talent for the Panthers in the regular season, of course. Barkov accomplished more with the Panthers than Yager. Oh yeah, that's unquestionable. Although Yager, I have to say, I think he finished in that 1 year where he was almost a point per game player. I got to go back. This is about 7 years ago. It was great. I got to see him in San Jose when he scored his 1900th career point. And I remember like a bunch of people like stood up and cheered for him. It was awesome. But yeah, his 2015-16 year in Florida as a 42-year-old/43-year-old had 27 goals and 39 assists for 66 points. And scoring hadn't really jumped up to the level that it is right now. And as a 43-year-old, that's remarkable, man. He was 7th in Hart Trophy voting. 7th in Hart Trophy voting as a 43-year-old. Like, the only other person I could imagine doing that is Crosby, who's 37. Huberdeau's doing better this year. Good for him. I really do wish him the best over there, because he was quite a talent. I used to, like, really, for me, being from California, I started watching the Panthers around 2018, and what did it for me? Huberdeau was a pretty big piece of it. The other piece was I loved watching Dodonov, and Mike Hoffman still had a scoring touch back then. But yeah, it would probably be, for me, it was Dodonov and Huberdeau. There was somebody else too, long gone from the Panthers, but who I liked quite a bit. Darkness, what's going on? I think Rhino is going to be one of the best all time. Yeah, that's fair too. Yeah, that's right. He's locked up long term, and that's what, Reinhardt, that contract. Could you can't really ask for anything better. What's he earning, like nine and a half annually for a guy who I'm just trying to be nice, like, or I'm trying to be realistic. I'm like, oh yeah, he could be a 35 goal scorer for a few years. It's like the dude's scoring 50 plus. It's crazy. It's crazy that Yager's still playing, albeit it's under different circumstances. But for him to still be able to, put his body through that is incredible. He's probably one of the greatest ambassadors to not just hockey, but I'd say that Jaromir Jagr is one of the greatest ambassadors in sports in my lifetime, certainly. I got to see him drop the ceremonial puck in Czechia 2 years ago, and everybody was on their feet cheering for him. Silva Thorne, yeah, a goal and an assist on the first goal for Mackey. That is pretty damn good. treasure memory of Johnny Hockey setting up for his first goal as a Flame. Oh, really? Yeah. Yeah, man. It's hard to just like process that that somebody who was so well known and so well respected too, and who had several great years of hockey ahead of him certainly was taken away at such a young age. But yeah, Rhino's fantastic, and the thing is that now that he's actually scoring points, people are like, oh yeah, he should be winning the Selke, and I'm like, that has nothing to do with offense. It just usually goes to the player who was not a Hart Trophy finalist who has the next most points. That's how kind of silly the Selke has been in terms of like nominating finalists. They're guys who are good defensively, but it's like they have to score points for them to get recognition. It's kind of silly. But yeah, Reinhart should definitely be in that conversation because his defense has always been very good. Yes, Silva Thorn, thank you. Let's give Cortana another. Did you guys see that? How quickly she rolled? She sat up for that. All right, here you go, girl. From Silva Thorn. What's up, Brent? Brent Jones. What a name. The pride of Santa Clara University. That's my alma mater. The Go Panthers. Andrew, good evening to you. And season's greetings, of course. We have to have this conversation. Maybe save this for intermission. But we got to talk about holiday traditions and feasts and that sort of thing. Things of that sort. So I might be picking your collective brains for that. Brentley Jones. Merry Christmas. George. Is that supposed to be George Michael or George Michelle? But yeah, I'm doing great, man. I'm doing great. It's kind of like I love hosting you guys. You are a very gregarious community, and charitable too, for all the good reasons. And I know that you mean the world to Jaws and Kyle. This month has flown by so quickly. Pretty quickly, yeah. I live in Idaho. I'm just like, damn, where's our snow? Like right now, it should be like basically freezing and pounding snow. But Mother Nature's been really fickle this month. The Leafs are possessed. You mean in a good way? They're playing well. I think they're playing pretty darn well. Who scored for Toronto tonight, by the way? Let's see here. Max Domi, that's only his second of the year. William Nylander, 19 goals. That's not too surprising. Nick Robertson. Bobby McMahon. 7 on the year for Bobby McMahon. That's not bad. Oh, Willie Nylander had 2 goals. One was an empty netter. And yes, former Florida Panther Yevgeny Dodonov scored his 8th of the year. Lots of snow in Calgary. So you guys are getting the snow in Calgary, and I'm what? I'm a 7-hour drive from you, and we have like no snow. That does not make sense. We should at least have a little bit here. Yeah, it's pretty lame. Maybe I just need to go to Calgary. Where am I located? I'm in North Idaho, so I'm 2 hours south of Canada. That's like the eastern British Columbia border almost. It is not potato country up here, though. I will tell you that. Minus 16? Wait, what is that in American speak? Wait, minus 16? 3.2 Fahrenheit? How is it that much colder there? Holy. Well, you're more inland than I am. I guess we're just getting more of a maritime influence here. Denver only has snowed once. That seems a little below average too. Yeah, we've only had like one real snowfall, and that was it. Wet snow does not count. Who wins the cup? Well, apart from Florida repeating, right? They are a Florida team. They are prone to back-to-back championships. You know what? I don't like saying this as a Sharks fan. And this reminds me of where they were 2 years ago, because this was a team that had not that good of a 2022 campaign. They win the cup in 2023. I think Vegas is... that they are not getting talked up enough. They really aren't. I think that it very well could go back to them. 76 in Florida. Well, at least it's not like, boiling hot. I'm sure it's probably humid, but yeah. Boy, what are we going to drop the puck here? It seems like it's been almost 30 minutes. Oh, sorry about that. Los Angeles has played really well this year too. I'm not entirely sold on them. I don't know. I think, hasn't Riddick been playing pretty well for them? I think he's kind of turned things around. But you as I've learned, you don't have to have an elite goaltender to win a Stanley Cup now. You don't have to have playoff Vasilevsky. Oh, Kemper's actually had a really good year. Well, good for him. Kemper's had kind of an under the radar career. He won a cup with the Avalanche. 80 here on the beach. I wouldn't be able to do that. I mean, I could go on a vacation right now to that. That sounds pretty nice, but I couldn't do that routinely. But then again, I grew up on the coast in California. I'm not like, LA is very temperate in the sense that, cold for them is like 50 degrees. But yeah, that I had that more regularly where I grew up. But it was, it was between 50 and 70 most of the time, for most of the year, like 40 and 70. So I'm not used to anything close to an extreme. But I like it out here. I like having actual seasons. But yeah, I'd much rather be cold than I left California in part because I felt like it was Groundhog Day. Like I was waking up to the same thing. I was like, I can't take this anymore. All right, guys, let's roll with Sharks question. Who would I want to see win the cup besides the Sharks? If you get triggered easily, you might want to do earmuffs for the next 5 seconds. But the team that I like between the Sharks and the Panthers, there is one team that I like more. It's the Hurricanes. Especially because I'm, as a Sharks fan, a huge Burnsy guy. Brent Burns is my guy. I gotta see Brent Burns lift that Stanley Cup. He's 40 years old. He's gonna turn 40 before this season's end. I gotta see Burnsy lift the cup. That is all. That conference final in 2 years ago. I mean, I was happy to see you in the final, but damn, that conference final, I was so salty, honestly. Cortana has had it with our chatter. Not with you. Probably had it with me. She's like, Dad, why are you paying attention to your screen so much? Yeah, if Burns gets a cup, I think he should be in the Hall of Fame. Because it's called the Hall of Fame, not the Hall of doing everything right. Carolina needs to get past the second. Or not get swept in the conference final, too. Because they've lost 12 straight conference final games. I don't like this version of Carolina as much. I like that they have Kochetkov in net now. Oh! But they're still missing... They're missing a power forward. They had Bunting last year and they traded him away. I didn't think he was the caliber of player that you want to be, your number one net front presence, but they still need somebody just like that. And I'm getting sick of them not addressing that. The Stahl Bowl. Yeah, that's right. with the Canes because Hartford was your team in '94. Oh, sweet. Do 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 do. Yeah, NHL '94 on Genesis. I'm picking up what you're putting down. Once the Sharks lift the cup, the Sharks should let Marlowe and Thornton lift it up first. Well, I mean, they're part of the organization, so they'll get a chance to do it, so that's good. But probably by that time, the guy lifting it will be Macklin Celebrini. And he'll probably hand it to, I don't know. I don't know which veteran's going to be there still. But, yeah, guys, if you're looking for something to do when the Panthers aren't playing and you're a night owl, do yourself a favor and watch a Sharks game. And watch number 71 out there, because Celebrini's... I cannot believe that he's that good right now. Maybe Cooch? Yeah, Cooch needs to hang it up. I love him, but there's been no update on a potential return to the ice for him. And we're going on a long, long time. You know, he missed all of but 6 games last year. Cleanest jerseys, including any decade. Well, it depends on how you define clean. I would say just like a timeless look that defines what a hockey jersey is. I would say I would have to probably say somebody like the Bruins, or not the Bruins, excuse me, not their current look, and they've changed it up so much. I would have to say it would have to be probably the Blackhawks red jersey, the Red Wings white jersey. It's got to be like one of those. I'm not saying that it's anywhere near my favorite. For buying another team's merch? No. I wouldn't say that, Jake. Cortana looks like a dingo. It's not very often that her ears perk up, but I think you're probably the first to say that. Zetterlund and Granlund are fun to watch too. Yeah, Granlund's been a revelation, man. It's so funny because I have, you can see it behind me here. Oh no, my broadcast just freaking froze. Hold on. My Granlund jersey I bought in 2018. It was customized by Cool Hockey, and then there we go. I'm back on. And then Granlund immediately afterwards gets traded to Nashville, and then I'm just like, man, that sucks. And now Granlund's a Shark, so it's kind of like, all right, it's a wild jersey, but it's one of my favorite players, so I guess I'm all right with that. Toffoli, yeah. Toffoli's been a very solid pickup. One that I saw him coming to San Jose. I saw that like years ago. For some reason, the broadcast is being a little finicky with me now. Almost as finicky as the YouTube algorithm. Oh boy. Thank you for your patience, everybody. Blackwood. Yeah, Blackwood was great. Toffoli was on Empty Nurse today. Good episode. Oh, is that that's a podcast? Or a YouTube channel? Sorry if my arm gets in the way here. Looks like I can get a feed here. That looks a little bit behind. Let's see here. We're at what? 1450 left. Wow, these are really behind. Yikes. Oh. Okay, well, one of these Stream East channels has soccer on. It's like I thought they were supposed to be showing sports. $14.06 remaining in the period. But all the broadcasts I have, unfortunately, are pretty behind. This one, the audio doesn't even work on this one. The heck? Forgiev wasn't up to his normal shenanigans. Yeah, the last goal went off of somebody. I'm not upset at him for that. His first game was pretty good. But yeah, at the end of the day, there are situations in which a save is needed. You know, Wenberg. Wenberg, I like him on the power play. I don't notice him as much at even strength. Celebrating it from a month or so ago was really good. Oh, really? Okay, maybe I'm not familiar with empty netters. I gotta check this out. Oh, Reinhardt, by the way. A nice save by Fleury. Okay, what the hell? Okay, I'm still behind, but not. Okay, I'm like 45 seconds behind. Oh, great. Better than nothing, but there we go. By the way, this broadcast here, this national broadcast TNT, play-by-play is the great John Forsland, the play-by-play guy for Seattle. I've always really liked Forsland. Avs no longer like him either. Yeah, I kind of hear that, people are saying like his body language, he just does not conduct himself as the consummate teammate. He won't be here for much longer. Well, hopefully he can, get on a bit of a heater so we can trade him. Anyway, I don't want to turn this into a Sharks stream. Actually, I secretly do. But you guys have been so fantastic. So let's get back to the action here. I have 13:53. Okay. Looks like, we're heading to a commercial break. That's what's up. Okay. It's Askarov's net. Y'all are just trying to tank for that boy from BC. Oh, we already got our boy from BC, Macklin. Is that Higgins? Well, with the Sharks, I'm not so dead set on them getting like a certain player. I personally want a right shot defenseman, but there really isn't anybody at that level, like a top 7 overall pick with a right shot. So I don't really care too much about the Sharks having that high of a pick. I think the Sharks should trade down personally, but maybe I'm in the minority there. So yeah, we're in a commercial break at the moment. Another guy from Boston College? I didn't think so. The guy that we should be looking out for is in what? Not this draft, but next year's, like in 26. What's his name? Gavin McKenna. I think he plays for Medicine Hat in the WHL. Let's see here. Did anybody have a question that I didn't get to a few moments ago? Love the North Stars jerseys. Yeah, they do look quite lovely. James Higgins, he's nasty. Jack Eichel-ish. I can think of worse picks, talents to go first overall. Eichel being second overall. So, yeah, if you're not on too tight of a timetable, tanking for a Jack Eichel-like player, that's not a bad idea. Head's always up. Oh, well, you love to see that. Favorite jerseys is the goat head. Yeah, those are baller, man. Any defenders worth trading for on the Sharks? I think the Sharks have Wallman for one more year. I mean, he would have good value. Thank you, Red Wings. They gave us a second rounder too. I don't want to move Wallman just yet unless the price is right. It's got to be pretty aggressive. But yeah, the Sharks, the defense is just really bad. I don't think that anybody else coming over. Well, god damn it, as the frickin' frackin' stream freezes. Yeah, there really isn't anybody on the Sharks defense that I think right now would be valuable on another team. I mean, hey, if there's a team out there that wants to trade for Jan Ruta or even Mario Ferraro, then have at it. But damn, dude, these streams have not been good tonight. Usually with Stream East, I can find a good, consistent stream, but we're not getting that tonight, unfortunately. This one's okay, but this one doesn't have volume, right? Oh, no, it does. Okay. About the Fowler trade to the Blues. I'm like, what are the Blues doing? My friend texted me an image of, like, all of the Blues defensemen and, like, their ages or what they'll be when their contracts expire. What the Blues are, like, becoming the Islanders of the Eastern Conference. They're just happy being mid every year. That might be it for Mark Edward Vlasic. Yeah, I would think so too. Although Vlasic actually has one more year left on his deal, although it's very possible the Sharks could buy him out next year. The problem for the Sharks is that it's not like the worst thing, and I understand why it is. You know, Greer is only accountable for so much of it, but they do have a lot of money tied up in buyouts and retained salary for the next, looking through next season, definitely. Burns is going to come off the books, so that will help. But even so, it's less than ideal. Yeah. You like what the Blues are doing? Really? I'm just, I like, Robert Thomas is great. But they need like a handful of players at that caliber just to get into the playoffs, Panthers look like they're very painful to play against, the violence. Yeah, I mean, the Panthers are built like a playoff team. I think that pretty much everybody here can agree. Am I getting the game on TNT channel? So Great White, I'm just watching a bootleg feed through Stream East, because I don't have cable or I used to have Sling TV, which has TNT, but I just wasn't using it very much, so I didn't want to pay $52 for it or whatever. Doug Wilson. Yeah, Doug Wilson did set us back for sure. We need a goal here though, guys, yeah? I want buckets of goals. We need to give Cortana some treats. Oh, here we go. Steal. Oh, Skitty and Nosek, and covered up by Fleury, or stopped by the pads of him as the 5-hole was closed up there. Holloway and Broberg claims. Yeah, I agree with you there. I do like Holloway a fair bit. Going back to last summer, I like what they're doing, stealing the Edmonton kids. Yeah. The Monty signing. I mean, I don't think if you're looking for a guy to come in there and help a team get competitive fast, yeah, I think he's good for that too. You like the Fowler move? I mean, if this was Cam Fowler from like 7 years ago, I'd love the move too. I always thought Cam Fowler was, in his 20s, he was probably one of the best, 5 shutdown defensemen out there. I always really liked him. But, I don't know. Maybe it's just because I don't watch the Ducks very much. Oh, Kachuk skating in. Yeah, he'll have to dump this around the net. Barkov, and off the side of the net. Yeah, this almost feels a little like a playoff game, honestly. Not like a hostile crowd or anything, but yeah, Fowler's only like 33 or something, because I would have thought by now he was like 38, because he's been in the NHL for so long. Where does Kachuk rank on the all-time Panthers? Well, he's only been there for 2 years. This is just his 3rd year, so he, there has to be some longevity. Oh, big save, Bobrovsky. I think that he has to be talked about as a maybe top 10 player right now for Florida in their franchise's history, but that's because he's had such a huge impact in just a short time. But I like to go with guys who have who have served a lot of time over there. Shecky's already a legend. Verbeek is wanting to move on from any Getzlaff era players. Yeah, Verbeek, generally speaking, I didn't like them picking up Trouba. I don't know what. Maybe it's just to, for a chance at, trading him later on for value. But that aside, I like what Verbeek has done. He's done a lot of stacking picks. The thing though is with Anaheim, I keep waiting for them to take a big step forward. We're finally starting to see that this year. I still say that it's taken a little bit longer than I would have expected. Gibson, Gibson's an afterthought at this point with the way Dostal's been playing and his injury history. Shows that Pat Verbeek is wanting to move. Yeah. San Jose versus Panthers in the Cup. Oh, here comes Kaprizov. He shoots, and he didn't hit the net there. Wow, we're already down to 8 minutes in this period, and actually, there's 6:13 left. If you're paying attention to the actual real-time broadcast, something just happened too. So we'll get to that in just a moment. Oh, whoa! Did we? Whoa. That's weird. Yeah, if San Jose makes the Cup this year, and they're not going to even make the playoffs, I would probably fly to Florida in my Sharks gear and go to a game. Where I'd get the money for that, I have no idea. Yeah, so I know it's 3-1, but I actually am so far behind, I have yet to see this actually develop. Aren't I, Cortana? Oh, Cortana close up. Cortana close up. There she is. Fluffy Vogue. All right, well, they have the zone right now. Barkov, top of the circle, shot. It's blocked. Hanging on, Barkov at the dot. Trying to get the seam pass, a shot, and just wide by, Nate Schmidt? I haven't heard his name in forever, so I'll call him Nathan Schmidt. Schmidt happens. Kachuk. A little pancake there with Barkov. And kept in at the top of the zone here by Schmidt. Verhaeghe gets dumped. Puck's behind the net. And Barkov, he scores from just in front of the net. And it's 3-1 now. That was like 3 minutes ago. I know. Damn broadcast. Or I don't want to say broadcast, but the streams are super far behind, dude. Here, let's, but Cortana does get a treat, even if it's being challenged right now. By the way, the offside challenge, that needs to be radically changed. That's ridiculous. There's a treat for her. Like the background? Oh, thank you. Yeah, because otherwise, if I try to do just me and Cortana, I have to be really precise with the camera. Actually, that looks pretty good too. Do you want the background? Do you want no background, or do we want the background? Which looks better? 1, 2. 1, 2. All right. Oh, really? They're taking away the goal? No! That's some BS. They held the zone for 15 minutes. Now that does not make sense. There we go. Keep the background. All right. I know. I'm so good looking, we can't get that up close or else people will faint. Yeah. Let's take a look at this. Wait, were they saying that the puck had come out of the zone when Schmidt took it? Why did the first for Minnesota get taken off? It was because of goaltender interference, but, even though I'm wearing the Panthers jersey here, yeah, it was definitely sufficient contact to where Bobrovsky couldn't position himself to make the save. So that was a good call. That's a BS call. Watch them get angry now. They should. Wild jerseys remind you of Boba Fett. What makes you say that? I don't know if I'm drawing the connection, but that's kind of interesting. Sorry, girl, you're gonna have to wait for the next one. Da, 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 da. Who will make the final this year? Oh man. All right. In all honesty, if there's a team that I trust, the team that I trust the most in the Western Conference right now is the Knights. I think that they did lose to Edmonton most recently, but they are better in that matchup between the two teams. Oh, nice tie up in front of the net there. Who was that for the Panthers? That was a good move, or a good job. I'd probably say the Knights right now. And in the East, I'd say it'd be between the Panthers and the Maple Leafs. I know that Washington's having a crazy season. You know, they've succeeded so differently than how they did last year. It's just crazy to see them make that huge jump like that. So I don't know if it's going to be like that at the end of the year. Is Jaws bald? I've seen him in person. I'm pretty sure I saw him go to bed with his hat on, John. So I don't know. You know what? You know what though? I've heard it. Jaws. He has clear hair. He's very fine, clear hair. Tampa's looking good lately too. That is true. That is true. I didn't even know if they'd make the playoffs this year, honestly. They're soft. Evan Bouchard's a joke. I mean, Bouchard is a tremendous offensive weapon, but yeah, he's not going to lay the lumber by any means. Glad that Kako went to the Kraken. Good evening, Rick. Season's greetings. Knights have to beat Edmonton twice. Oh, they've already beaten them twice. I know they. Yeah, I knew they won one. How's Idaho? It is miserable. It should be 15 degrees colder and pounding snow. Other than that, though, it's lovely. The $9 million anchor that is Darnell Nurse. Yeah, I mean, like, you know, plenty of teams have a bad contract. That's at the top of the pile, though, right? Hey, but they don't have Cody Ceci anymore. Watch at the trade deadline, Edmonton gives up a 2025 second and a 2026 third for Cody Ceci. $1 million question. Ooh, how do you fix the Sabres? Oh, that's almost worth extending to all of you. Well, first of all, Terry Pegula shouldn't be owning them because he's been the Pegulas, I should say. They've been. It's like the Sabres are the redheaded stepchild of the Pegulas. That's the thing. It's like you got to make huge organizational changes, not just like coach and general manager. You got to reach people who are higher up. 1. 2, I don't know. I'm not a big fan of signing free agents to huge deals, but they got to bring in somebody experienced who will just, I guess, boss his teammates around more. I'm not saying I don't like Darlene, but they need somebody who has experience as a leader on another team that's had success. Actually, John, I live in North Idaho, so I fly out of Spokane. That's right next door to us. Idaho is the length of Washington and Oregon put together. So Boise's in the south, so it's like a 7-hour drive. Yeah, I've never even been there. Nate, dropping the 10. An updated goal horn song ranking. You know, man, that is long overdue. I don't know. People got so freaking soft in the comments about that stuff. I haven't ruled it out though. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna put it. I know I wrote it down somewhere as an idea, but I'm gonna make sure I put it here. Updated. I have like a sheet with all my ideas and kind of things that I've queued up, but I haven't been like publishing a lot of stuff recently. There is a big historical feature I'm working on right now that should be due out next week. Updated goal horn ranking. All right. Oh. Wait, did I gave Cortana a treat for you, Nate, right? Well, you know what, Nate, I've for a 10 spot's been worth a deuce for Cortana. There we go. She gets 2. Oh, they score as Fleury falls down and Kachuk's taking some shots in front of the net. Oh, it's a rumble here in St. Paul. I almost said Minneapolis, but that's going to be the conference championship of the NFC. Kachuk. It's TKACHUK, I think. So is that goal standing? Because I'm waiting for a challenge here. All right, well, I'll give Cortana a treat anyway. We don't want these apples to get all mushy. He hit Old Man Fleury. Yeah, let's take a look again. So Verhaeghe's going to get an apple here. Went off the skate of Barkov. Wait, Kachuk's going to get a roughing for that? Oh, God. Come on, guys. Again, this is not soccer. This is not the National Flopping League. Yeah, that's going to go, that trade's going to go down as probably one of the best in terms of like players for players, and like not draft picks or anything like that. That will go down as one of the 10 best player trades easily in our lifetime. It might be one of the best 10 player trades in NHL history. It's since maybe like the 1967 expansion. Yeah, that's what it was. They ganged up on Kachuk and gave him the penny. It's a very soft penny there. Is he a dirty player? No. He's perennially one of the most gentlemanly figures in all of sports. No, he does some dirty stuff, but a lot of star players do dirty stuff that doesn't get, they don't get in the spotlight for it. Best trade in Panthers history. Oh, yeah. And best in the salary cap era. At least one of the most like lopsided trades. Even if Huberdeau plays well, right? He would be playing well for a team that isn't, competing for a Stanley Cup. Not for a little while, at least. Pinky's up. Oh, off the pipe there from Ekblad. Or was that... I just heard Ekblad's name called. Another shot and a glove save. And off the rebound, Kachuk. Lundell. Lundell just gets cross-checked at the end of the play. Former Spokane Chief Jared Spurgeon, what are you doing, buddy? No. He's not there to actually cause injury. Will he give somebody a shot after a whistle? I mean, who doesn't do that, right? It's not like he's spearing guys or anything like that. So, yeah. 1-0 over Utah Canucks. Alrighty. And in our game in Anaheim, the Ducks and Jets are tied at 1 apiece. You need Lankinen to keep the net. What was that? Dirty, you think Todd Bertuzzi? Yeah. I think him. I think Rafi Torres. Jake, we effing suck. Sincerely the Wild. Here, I'll give you a little spotlight there. All is going to work out, right? The sports gods are doing what they need to do. They're saying, Wild, take a step back here. All right, Vikings, you will be guided to a victory on Sunday in Seattle. Darnold nurses dirty. Yeah, early in his career, I did not like him. Kochetkov is your fantasy goal. Oh, cool. Kochetkov. That's good. Best trade of the salary cap era, the Eichel trade. Yeah, that's definitely got to get talked up as one of the better ones. Piotr might be 12 bush lights deep. Damn, I haven't been 12 bush lights deep since my senior year. I don't even think I could stomach that many. John, another deuce. Are UFOs and aliens real? The thing is that we are the aliens. We are. Right, Cortana? Trouba's dirty too. He lays some really good hits. He does some dirty stuff. I have the same sentiment toward Reeves. The only thing, Jake, is that Geno Smith might not even be starting. So I'll be sold on the Vikings if they can win at home against the Packers and win on the road against Detroit, who, despite their injuries, still has a terrific offense. Anyway. You underestimated the Jake Gensel trade? Well, Jake Gensel was I don't know if I'm reading you correctly, Nate. Gensel was a free agent for the Lightning. He was traded to the Hurricanes, of course. Oh, that's right. Then the Lightning traded for the signing rights to Jake Gensel. So they gave up, I think, what was a 3rd round pick? You know what team scares me in the NFC? I think the team that scares me the most right now after the Eagles might be the Rams. The Rams have beaten the Bills. Yeah, they lost to the Eagles and the Packers. I don't think they were blown out in either one. Ooh, almost another goal there for the Cats. Reinhardt, might not be on the score sheet, but he's doing things out there. Who else did they beat? The Rams also beat, they almost beat the Lions in week 1 when Detroit was actually healthy. And the Rams, like 2 or 3 of their offensive linemen were out. And they took them to overtime. Yeah, I think the Rams, they are not an 8-6 team. Like, to me, they're playing like a team with 10 wins. Yeah, Cup and Nakua beat the Niners twice. Well, yeah. John, Cooper Kupp and Puka Nakua. Of course, yeah. You know who I really like on that team is Jared Verse. I've only watched him in 1 game. He's a monster. I don't know if he's going to be Aaron Donald, but he could still be one of the better. Is he on the interior? Anyway, he can be one of the better pass rushers in the NFL. You'd rather face the Eagles in the playoffs than the Rams? I don't want to go to Philly. No way. I don't want to see those battery throwing lunatics over there. The Bucks? Well, the Bucks can put up points. Yeah. Did they win a playoff game last year, Tampa? They did, didn't they beat Philly last year? An FSU fan. Oh yeah, it's like, oh, he went to, I didn't know he went there. Sam Darnold is so good. Yeah, I mean, if the Vikings don't, make a deep playoff run or whatever, it's not going to be because of Sam Darnold. It's because final 2 minutes of this period, by the way. As I said, we were middle through the period. We're way past that. Matter of fact, there's a minute left, and I hear that the Panthers are about to get a power play too. But really, with the Vikings, the reason why I do not have confidence in them to make the Super Bowl is that they don't get any pass rush with their defensive line. So they had to blitz far too often. And they don't even get home enough for how much they blitz. The other thing is that their pass protection is awful. They're lucky that Darnold is pretty mobile back there, but it's going to catch up with them. But anyway, the pass defense sucks. I don't think that it's not good by any means. Murphy's done a pretty good job. And it'll be nice having Gilmore healthy soon. But I think that their biggest weakness is both their lines. Their biggest weakness for sure. So Cats power play to close things out in this period. All right, Barkow's at the point. Shot from the point. Looking for the tip in front. Still alive in the corner. A shot and rebound, and they stuff it in. And it's ka-chuck, ka-ching, bitches. 4-1 Cats. There goes my prediction for this game. All right. Wild can't get much going. Yeah. I mean, the Panthers, to their credit, they were not satisfied with the lead that they took into the intermission. And they had a goal overturned themselves, too. I would have said Detroit would be the favorite, but the defensive injuries bugging Monty is out for the season. That does... I bet that has an effect. I think that Jared Goff can get it done no matter what. But, yeah, again, if Detroit has to go to Philadelphia, or even if Detroit has to go to Philadelphia, I don't give them nearly as much of a chance with how... Yeah, she got hers right. Yeah. I would have thought the Wild would show up on Star Wars night. Well, it's because they decided... Weren't their warm-up jerseys, like, their theme was the dark side of the Force? Not a good idea. Luke, see, they have green jerseys. Luke has a green lightsaber when he defeats Darth Vader in Return of the Jedi. You gotta follow the canon, guys. Stop scoring until the empty netter. You don't want Flower getting negative points. Why is he in your lineup? But I think about it, the Lions play too hard. I was kind of wondering if that many guys in your lineup are missing, like how much you're being pushed in practice. And but Borowski able to cover up that shot from Kaprizov. Dang, dude. Between Bobrovsky and Fleury, I think we're talking about 2 first ballot Hall of Famers. 4 saves from breaking even. Oh, is that like a certain threshold for save percentage or whatever? Bob can still let in 3 in the last 2 minutes. Oh, that sounds terrible. Well, as soon as Dan Campbell called that, decided to go for it in his own zone on 4th down in the first quarter against the Bills, even though the Bills don't have their defense is Swiss cheese right now. Like, come on, man. You can be aggressive, but that's not being aggressive. All right, that is the end of the second period. So the Cats strike twice more. They had one called back as well. And they're 20 minutes away from what is starting to look like a convincing victory. All right. You guys are being fantastic. Make sure if you're having a good time with us to hit the thumbs up, because that attracts more amazing Panthers fans and hockey fans and Cortana fans to our streams and our channel. Annoy you, skate you to death, you get angry, they punch you in the face while you complain about it to the refs and they score. How eloquent. Still 1-0 Canucks as they reach second intermission against the Utah Hockey Club, or they're getting toward there. All right. Oh, hey, Jameson. Ooh. It's a good beverage. Vikings Hawks prediction Sunday. I always have to start with, if the Vikings win, it's gonna be, Seattle's defense is respectable. I think that the Vikings can probably hold the Hawks to under 16 points. I'll take mini, let's say 22. No. Maybe I'm giving us too much credit. Let's say 17-13 Vikings. It's in Seattle. It's December. It can be sloppy out there. I don't know. 17-13. Let's go Vikes. Show you the Star Wars Wild jerseys. Well, maybe I don't know how I do that, unless I shared my screen. But I haven't even seen what the jerseys looked like. Yeah. Why was this game the late game with it in the Central Time Zone? Yeah, 8:30 start. I know it's not the first time I've seen that, but that is absurdly late. Does the dog sleep during the day or night? Yeah, Cortana, when I'm sleeping, she's great. She never bothers me, except when she's grooming herself. That's why I have a white noise machine, so then I can't really hear it. I am a very light sleeper. But during the day, she definitely wants to play, but as long as I've taken her out a couple times to play, we have a nice park that we go to every day. Big old open field, and a lot of people that I know just around town, my townies. And I take her back, and she's good for a while. Although there are times when she wants to bring me the toy, she's like, "Hey, can we play?" And then I'm like, "Oh yeah, sure." And I try to take the toy from her, and then she's just like, "No, you can't have this." So she wants to play keep away from me, which is really frustrating because obviously I have to get up, and then every time she wants something, it's right when I've sat down to try to get something done. But she's a really good sport, aren't you, girl? Yeah, you are. Oh God, we're getting really low on our treat supply because you guys have been so incredibly wonderful with all of your super chats, great questions and comments. So I'm gonna have to take a quick break and myself. I'm gonna take Cortana to go pee, and I'm gonna get some more treats too. Okay, so can you guys hang tight, and I'll be back in a little bit. Okay. Biz Nasty is a hero. Man, that is just horrible what happened to him with those half dozen dipshits who have been harassing, restaurant workers and attacked him. Here, wait. All right. So we're here. Okay. Gino will be back. Oh yeah. Girl, can you go to your spot here? Okay, there we go. Okay, Cortana. Just as a reminder, I'm sure you guys know, but repetition's good. That's what I hear, right? If you want to be an effective leader in this world, repetition. Well, what was I gonna say? No, I'll be live with you guys on Friday at 7 Eastern for the Panthers Blues game, and then this channel won't have a stream on Sunday when the Panthers are, I think, in Tampa. However, on Monday at 7, the 23rd, that is, we will be here doing a live stream. And then we'll probably be away for a few days just because of the holidays. And then, of course, Jaws and Kyle will take over again. Brent Jones, go Panthers. Looks like they're going to be keeping pace with the Maple Leafs, but 20 more minutes here. First game versus Jim Montgomery. Oh, that's right. Yeah. Your playoff adversary from recent meetings. Ooh. Nothing adversarial about some Idaho whiskey here. Are Jaws and Kyle relocated? Not relocated, but they're just taking a little bit of time away from where they typically reside. That is all I can say. Actually, this is kind of fun. This is a Lord... I don't think you're going to be able to see it. But it's like a Lord of the Rings themed glass that my friend got. It's got my name on it. It's a beautiful gift from him. Are they related? Oh, I thought you said relocated. Sorry. I've only had one beer. Yeah, Jaws is Kyle's dad, yeah. So, there's Kyle and then there's Matthias. Who's younger, but lives about 90 minutes away from them. It was really, really fun hanging out with them in April. Kyle, when I got there, he wanted to sit. He sat me down and he's like, "We're gonna watch the Legacy of Failure videos for the San Jose Sharks and the Minnesota Vikings." So we watched these old urinating tree videos, and it was, oh man, he loves those, and so do I, because they're so eerily accurate. Yeah. What Jaws was doing, but nobody believed you, so it stayed a secret. Maybe it's still a secret to some people. I'm not sure, but yeah, of course. It made me go through so much pain. Well, we've gone through so much pain. I don't want to say pain as a Sharks fan. It's just it's disappointment. We've had that happen so much that I got so used to it. Between my Sharks and my Vikings, it's almost like they're run by the same person. So it's like it just kind of is what it is at that point. You don't get so emotional on that. Oh yeah, they're very good videos. Just gotta check in on Mrs. Twister here, make sure she's doing okay. She's working a night shift. She's a nurse. There's some loony people in that building. When you Every time I see iDog's name, I always think of this little independent video game called iDarb. I don't know if anybody's ever played it. Sharks, Vikings, and Cubs. At least the Cubs got theirs, you know. I would think of it more as like, what's the comparable to the Sharks and Vikings? I'd say for baseball, I'd say like probably the Brewers. Then again, the Brewers weren't like great for, well, they've been pretty good for now probably about what 5 or 6 years. So maybe the Brewers. I'd like to see the Sharks or Preds be the next team to get their first cup. I don't think the Preds are winning it for a while. I thought they'd be good this year. I thought they'd finish. I mean, shoot, they made the playoffs last year. I picked them to finish second in their division. But then again, who knows? Maybe they'll be a 2019 St. Louis Blues. Because remember, the Blues were in the cellar in January. But I don't see the Predators fixing this. It's just a wreck. Brewers are chokers. Yeah. I don't know. I'm not following baseball enough. At the Stratosphere today. Yeah, I've never been to where that is. What's wrong with the Preds? Oh, geez, what isn't wrong with them? They signed Stamkos and Marchessault, and hardly anybody's scoring goals. Whoa, whoa, simultaneous super chats. That side-to-side cross-ice pass that the Wild do now won't work in the playoffs. They're a solid regular season team. Well, Minnesota is a team that has been kind of cursed in that they can't get past the second round. The last time they got past the second round was 2003. And then Eric says, between the 2 Lightning games this season with a friend, or you've been to 2, excuse me. Both were the third Jersey Knights. Planning on going to a third game this season since you have a bunch of overtime pay. Oh, sweet. That's true. You know, if you have the option of being an hourly or salary employee, even if there was like a discrepancy in a couple of benefits, I would rather be hourly for sure. Especially when you get to like log it yourself, you know, log your own overtime. That's when you know that you got it good. Oh, sorry about that. Whoop. Yeah, the alternate look for them, I don't think it's by any means like extraordinary, but it's a nice kind of change from like their typical home and away kits. But yeah, the Preds signed Marchessault, Stamkos, and Brady Shea. I do like Brady Shea, but they're not getting anywhere near the productivity they were projected to have. But it's not just from those guys. Like, you know, even Forsberg's productivity has dropped a little bit. They didn't keep Sherwood. Yeah, they didn't keep Dean with a big truth bomb. They didn't keep Kiefer Sherwood, and they signed 2 overage snipers. Yeah, right. When it's looking like Kiefer Sherwood might have more goals than those 2 players combined this year. Because of that, Dean, I'm giving Cortana a treat. Yeah, you need to chunk up for the holidays there, girl. Gonna get to Fort Myers. Going to a game on Monday against Fort Myers. Isn't that where the Everblades play? Or like a town next to it? I don't know if it's like, what, Sarasota Springs? I'm not sure. That is one part of the country I'm not familiar with whatsoever. I mean, I've been to Florida, but I mean, come on. What do you do when you're from the other part of the country and you go to Florida? You go to Disneyland. Fort Myers is great. Well, I'm sure it doesn't have the traffic that Miami does. And I'm sure a lot of people get around by their boats, right? Cape Coral? That's kind of ringing a bell. Spring training home with the Twins and Red Sox. The beach at Fort Myers is awesome. Yeah. Well, maybe I'll have to check it out sometime. At one of these days, I do want to go, to the Miami, Fort Lauderdale area. And I know it's not supposed to be a great place to live, but I want to for reasons like traffic, right? Or like some people are like, oh, like the nightlife scene, like people are, so pretentious or whatever. But like, I do want to obviously see every NHL arena, and I want to go to Miami so I can have some amazing like Latin American food. I know I can get that in a lot of other places, but like that's like the hub for the good stuff, So oh yeah, we're starting the period now. I'm still on a commercial, but yeah. All right, so this is going to be the third period. Oops. But yeah, probably out of the big cities, yeah. Which ones have I not been to? I mean, there's some that I haven't been to as an adult. Like I haven't been to Vegas as an adult. But yeah, I've never been to Miami. I've never been to Orlando. Or not Orlando, Atlanta, excuse me. I've been to Orlando, of course. Of course, it was a cool place to grow up in. Will Smith wrote a song about it. That's when you know. That's when you know it's at the top. If I go to Vegas, it'll probably be between the months of December and March. Those seem like good months. But I'd have to like know which like shows I was going to ahead of time. Because of the casinos. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like I probably would go just to like visit, what was it, Bryce Canyon over there? Like that's probably what I would do. If I went to a hockey game, okay, I'd probably do that. I'd go to like a concert and I'd go to Bryce Canyon. That'd probably be my trip if I went to Vegas. A lot of great food off the strip. I can see that. Yeah. Considering it's been expanding so quickly. You've lived in Brooklyn, Tallahassee. I mean, that's probably a pretty big contrast. Orlando, Vegas, New Orleans. New Orleans. And currently Houston. Oh, I didn't know you were in Texas. Okay. Gotta hit the Sphere. Okay, yeah. Gotta go to the Sphere too. All right, now my broadcast is back. Or at least, even though the first 2 minutes have gone by. Yeah, Sphere's got to be something else. If they keep having the draft there, maybe one of these years. In Tallahassee College. I got it. Film school. Cool. I have lived on the California coast, Central Coast, and then San Jose and that county for a long, long time. 5 months in Chicago. When I was in college, I did a semester in Denmark. And then I've been here for 4 years. I think that's it, yeah. Yeah. Mike, what's going on, man? Good to have you here. And wait, what's happening? What's this that I'm seeing in the Penguins box scores? It's like it starts with a W. Very confused by that. But hopefully it's sustainable for them. I'm sure that you're enjoying that, and tell Haley I said hello. Oh, the wraparound. Not to be confused with the reach around. But the Panthers are still hungry. They ain't done yet. They go and get the real thing. They fly over and steal someone's... No, she makes the menu. That sounds about right. Yeah, you wouldn't think Vegas and Italian food, but same for any other restaurant. Here comes Hartman. And nice back check by Schmitty. Did streams on Jaws' channel. I'm just kind of a fill-in guy. If for any reason Jaws can't do a stream, because he and Kyle do every game. Otherwise, right now they're out of town, so they were like, "Hey, would you want to fill in?" And I'm like, "Hell yeah!" Ooh, and down to the ice is Boakfist. I could definitely see that last one. I figured that you could probably get some really good. I don't know if it would necessarily be like, you know, like green chile cuisine in Las Vegas, but yeah, I'm sure you can probably get some killer Mexican there. Well, at least he's on his knees. At least he's conscious, but yeah, he's there. Yeah, he got up on his own. So that's good to see, but yeah, let's take a look at this hit here. Oh, he hit the stanchion. You know, right the glass, like right where the glass starts. He hit that like the almost like the hit to Pacioretty by Charo many years ago. And honestly he's lucky that he was conscious the whole time. Any plans on going to any games? I don't think so, Mike. Just don't have a travel budget. Although everybody tonight has basically put together one for me, considering the super chats have been off the chart. So thank you so much for your benevolence, everybody. During a time of year when, you know, when you are benevolent to those you love. But weather's been horrible. It's been incredibly underwhelming. We've had like one real snowfall and that's it, like for one day. And that snow is long gone now. Normally we would have at least 2 feet accumulated and it would probably be about 15 degrees colder. So yeah, I'm already having seasonal depression because we haven't had our typical season. Rangers downfall is incredible. Or it's insane. Yes. See, I the thing is that I get so irritated with how it's like, hey, this team is performing slightly above expectations. This team is so insane right now. I'm like, dude, holy God, it's as worse as people saying epic for everything. I am a bit of a culprit, but yes, Mike is correct. The Rangers downfall, that, my friends, that is insane. That's fantastic to see, Jake. And yeah, I'm glad that I was able to recruit some folks from our community on Twister Brister Hockey. You've been a fantastic crowd. I can't even find the word. I don't think that does it justice. But yeah, it's been pretty wintry over where you are, right, Mike? But like in January, I think it's basically, I don't think it's gonna be snowpocalypse, but it's gonna be good over here. Weren't people saying the Rangers are trying to get their GM fired? I saw a report that the Rangers players had like a closed door meeting and that they're upset with Chris Drury, which kind of makes sense to me. But it's like at the end of the day, Chris Drury is not the one who, you know, who can't find the back of the net for you in the conference final. Jersey's been chilly, yeah. You know what team likes their general manager? The Florida Panthers. Bill Zito's been a stud. And Bill Guerin, you know, the Wild haven't put it together so much under his time there, but that's because he ripped off the Band-Aid with those Parise and Suter contracts. Verhaeghe and gloved by Fleury with 5 minutes gone by here. You know, Guerin's done a fine job. He's done some difficult work over there. So I hope that at some point it pays off for him. And it seems like the ownership is understanding that he's needed time to actually get this team on the right path. In Zito we trust. Yes, sir. Yeah. And he's definitely done some wacky things. And at times I've been elated, and at times I've been scratching my head, and at times I've wanted to eat my own arm, which has sustained enough injuries to where I don't need it anymore. And that's my guy, Mike Greer. Billy G is also the USA GM. Nice. Dakota Joshua with the beauty. Oh, I like seeing that because Joshua's been, ever since he came back from his, like testicular cancer, that it's been hard for him to get on the board. I really do like him quite a bit, though. So I'm happy to see him score. He's probably my favorite player on the Canucks, honestly. Well, Besser's a dude. I love Brock Besser. He's a great guy. Oh, one-timer, and Bobrovsky able to make the save there. As Boldy nearly cut the deficit. Julian Breezeball, we're a little miffed about not paying Stamkos, but at least it's doing decently. Honestly, I don't know if you've heard this from me, Eric, but like I've said before, like Breezeball, I thought he by now should have been fired, but with how the team is playing right now, I think it's also a testament, obviously, to John Cooper. But yeah, he's definitely proven me wrong. How are the trades fitting in for the Sharks? The Jake Wallman deal, which gave us a second-round draft pick. Oh, shoot. Sorry, Cortana. We got a second-round draft pick from that, and it's fit. It's worked quite well for us. Obviously, we have only loved having Mikhail Granlund as part of our team. I know that was obviously a season before, but I'm trying to think about what other trades happened in the offseason. Our defense is horrible, but Jake Wallman has been good. Boston needs to clean house. How you going to let the guy who got swindled by Lloyd Christmas run your team? That's funny. Boston, though, they never go away. But the problem is that it's just never enough with them, right? The Askarov deal happened. Oh, thank you, Jake. I appreciate that. Yeah, Askarov, that deal. Oh, now we've only seen 2 games out of him, but boy, I am so fired up to watch Askarov. Not just because he can make some good stops, but he's got a bit of a swagger to him, and I think that could get the best of him, honestly. But I'm willing to see what he can do with it, because he's gonna sell tickets himself. Yeah. Oh, by the way, the goalie trade. Oh yeah, Georgiev. I have kind of low expectations, of course, but if he can get on a heater, that's great. If not, Kovalenko's been good so far, though. Kovalenko has like 4 assists in like 4 games, right? 4 or 5 assists. So it's really more like Kovalenko is the value here and the second-round pick for Blackwood. So there is actually some potential with that. The guy's menace in the AHL, yeah. Askarov has a neck tattoo. Yeah, he's like 22. That goes to show he's probably going to be a hothead. Return of the hot dog. It's about time we got some swagger. Yeah, you're right. I don't know where this came from, but Blake Lizotte is actually a steal right now. Really? Blake Lizotte's popping off. Interesting. Well, that's good because, obviously Dubas has had to be incredibly resourceful. The only thing you like more than a goalie goal is a goalie fight. Yeah, I can't actually manage Jaws' YouTube channel, so otherwise I'd put up a poll. But yeah, what is better, a goalie goal or a goalie fight? I guess it's probably a goalie fight. Because those are now that's more rare than a goalie goal, I think. At the high level, right? When's the next member stream? Yeah, man, that you're right to ask that. I don't know, dude. But what I should do is I know if I had my ish together, I would do it before Christmas, so it could be like a holiday thing. Could I on Saturday? I might be able to on Saturday. I could on Christmas Eve, but I don't want to mess with like people's commitments to other things they're doing. How does Cortana have so much energy? Yeah, right? That's a great question. She's very, very food motivated. I mean, it's not like I'm commanding her to do this. The treats command her, though. That's the thing. Rate Christmas movies? Dude, okay. All right, okay. Saturday, 3 Pacific, so 6 Eastern. Okay. All right, Mike. You're a real one. We're doing it. I'm going to do it right now. I'm going to go into my StreamYard. Member stream, Christmas movies ranked. Beautifully done. I don't think that, I can't assume that everybody's seen every Christmas movie. That's okay. That's okay. All right. Let's rank Christmas movies. Perfect, Mike. And I don't know. I think Windy City Nick would tell us that Die Hard is a Christmas movie, so that will be on there. But nothing is going to rank higher than Home Alone. That's the terms of our deal. Oh, shoot. Oh, wait. Oh, I'm still in Jaws' account. Okay. My bad. Derp. All right. What about Atlanta? I've never been to Atlanta. Just the airport. Home Alone 1 and 2. Exactly. Okay. Rank Xmas movies members stream. Okay. All right, Mike. Text me that. I won't forget. But as the pigeon lady says in Home Alone 2, don't make promises you can't keep. Jim Carrey's Grinch is number 1. That for me, that would flirt with A tier. It's quite good. But if it's gonna be my A tier, so is the Muppet Christmas Carol. If you have to spend a Christmas alone, light up a doobie and watch that movie. It's fun. Michael Caine. Where did Jaws go? He's in an undisclosed location right now. I cannot reveal anything more. Elf. I'm going to say this right now. I love Will Ferrell in Elf. The movie itself, though, is not... It's B tier. It's good. Will Ferrell's performance is God tier. But I think there are better actual, more well-rounded Christmas films than Elf. And I mean, Elf is mid. I think it's maybe a cut above mid, right? Ooh, nice play by Forsling there in the slot. Otherwise, that could have been a point-blank chance. Well, yeah, because Zooey Deschanel had blonde hair in Elf. Santa Claus with Tim Allen's A or B tier. Yeah, like, I think that's not too far off from Elf. I think it's pretty close. Like the original one, right? Red one was pretty good, yeah? Well, maybe I'll watch it. I guess, like, come on. If we're gonna talk about Christmas films, we have to remember the Turbo Man. Jingle All the Way. That one. It's got Arnold and it's got Sinbad and Anakin Skywalker, but it's got freaking Sinbad. But yes, Lord Jameson is correct. Bad Santa for me is maybe S tier. That movie's so freaking funny. I love that movie. Arnold is God, but yeah, Sinbad and Phil Hartman also kill it. Yeah, Phil Hartman. Oh God, his performance is perfect. Is Die Hard a Christmas movie? Oh God, half of you guys are gonna quit the stream because I've never seen Die Hard. I know. Jingle All the Way is a staple. Jason says Die Hard is your number one Christmas movie. Okay, if it's a Christmas movie, then I would think it'd probably be in the top 3. It's a Hard Knock Life if your favorite Christmas movie. Hey, wait, what about did anybody here like 8 Crazy Nights? That's Seth Jarvis's favorite Christmas movie. Polar Express? Oh, I'm sorry if I missed that earlier. I have to go back and watch it again, but boy, like it was just from a visual standpoint, it was really pretty beautiful for its time, yeah? Oh no. Trying to think of what else there is. I mean, they're like, TV movies, but 8 Crazy Nights is all right. Not the biggest Sandler fan. Yeah, you have to be a Sandler fan, I think, to like that. To get in your laughs. Held at a Christmas party in Yokohama Tower in California, so no snow. It's a Hanukkah movie. Yeah, that's true. Christmas with the Cranks. I never saw that. Cartoon Grinch was trash. Mikola Nico. You know what? That to me is kind of like one of Bill Zito's best moves. Honestly, Nico Mikola just made that defense great. Really, like he has been just every time I actually have my eyes locked on him, he can do no wrong. He's the prince. So Jingle All the Way, Christmas Vacation. I've never seen Christmas Vacation either. Shot Mikola scores through the wickets, and it's 5-1. Yeah, I'd probably say from the ones I've seen, I probably have Muppet Christmas Carol, Home Alone 1, Home Alone 2, Bad Santa, and maybe Jingle All the Way. What is it? Middle of the period. Cortana's going to get a couple treats. Save some goals for Friday night, please, guys. He's a tall, skinny guy, but he's got range. Yeah, but I think he plays, he's very efficient in his own zone. And now, he's on the score sheet. There you go, girl. Put the cookie down. I'm not a pervert. Has anybody ever listened to the band Austrian Death Machine? I know we can definitely have our judgments of Tim Lambesis, but well, I think they're still going now without him. But yeah, Austrian Death Machine, so good. Nobody likes the Christmas movie. Yeah, I'm surprised nobody mentioned it. Jaws and Kyle been far. Oh, come on now. No. You get me in small doses. That's what you want. They're like the weed, and I'm the hard drug. That went dark. A hockey movie ranking too. I think that my members group might have done that. I mean, if you want to be a part of it, you guys have been so wonderful. I have memberships on my channel. Our lowest tier is $3 a month, and then we also have a $10 a month tier. I haven't been consistent with it recently, to be honest with you. But for a while there, I would have a member stream every week, and like our higher tier, we have I'll film videos too. So, and I mean, they're not like my usual videos. They're not like high production quality because those take dozens of hours, a lot of them. But yeah, I'll like film myself at the park talking about stuff that I saw in the NHL recently or other sports. But if you have any questions about that, you can reach out to me. But yeah, we'll do a Christmas movie ranking with our members on Saturday. MVP levels fire. Mike is too kind. I should be giving for Mike being the supporter that he is of my channel and my work. I should be paying him $9.99 a month. It'd be worth it. On any games I'm going to be live for on my channel, Mike asks. Not anytime soon. I'm not ruling this out, but just because of how I can't get any viewer, like I can hardly get any views on my streams these days, and I don't do anything different than I used to. Because during our heyday, we'd have like, 100. Oh, here we go, the trailer, and Fleury able to come up with that save on Mikkola again. But yeah, it's like the algorithm does not tell people that I'm live. So I might actually have a separate channel just for like my live stuff. Because I like making my historical content. That's the best work I do, I think. Anyway, last stream we had 75 was high. Really? Oh, like 75 concurrents? Huh, like I'm seeing like 20. It's kind of weird. More streams. These are fun. Yeah, I mean, I have a good time. I love it. I watch hockey, I talk to you, and I drink, and I give Cortana treats. I mean, I can't ask for anything more. Toffoli was making the claim today on Empty Netters that Harry Potter movies are Christmas movies. They're movies that you watch around Christmas. But Christmas movies, they are not. Has the plot ever centered around Christmas? I don't think so. Maddie for the Hattie? It'd be something if it were a Natty Hattie. It was his Toph take. Apparently he's going to be on the pond or on the pod more. Oh, nice. I know I'm a broken record here, but I grew up with his wife, actually. So that's why I knew that they'd come to San Jose. Not because I talked to her, but because they'd been moving around so much. I figured that they'd probably want to be somewhere they could stay for a while. And, for a long time, that was Los Angeles. And she, she worked for the Dodgers. But I figured that San Jose, they're getting, they're in their 30s. They want to maybe, settle down, have their roots. And, her parents still live in the area too. So, yeah. Twitch will slam people with ads. Yeah, Mike, I'm not opposed to that either. That's a possible avenue too. How is Cortana still awake? I don't know. Probably because she's expecting more goals. He should have come here if her name's Kat. That's true. But Toffoli got that dog in him. Harry Potters are more like Halloween. That's fair, yeah. I guess so. I mean, can The Nightmare Before Christmas be a Christmas movie? I don't hear anybody ever talk about that. Food is a good motivator. Yeah, that's true. You've been such a good girl. I don't know if I should give you breakfast tomorrow, Cortana. Like you've had a lot tonight. I'm just kidding. Of course, I will feed you. And if I don't, Mrs. Twister probably will. It's both? Okay. Interesting. I haven't watched Nightmare Before Christmas in like, I don't know, 15, 20 years. But then again, I've been inside a Hot Topic enough, so I think I've probably memorized that movie. She's, yeah, she is kind of, you know, she's mellowing out. What a good girl. Fat Man is pretty good too with Mel Gibson. Have I even heard of that? I don't know if I have. If the Sharks beat the Kings 8-2. Oh yeah. Boy, the Sharks have been the worst matchup for LA this year. Violent Night is also solid. I'm trying to think of like anything else I've seen that was like a theatrical release. Can't say I have though. Stream the Winter Classic. I won't say no, but like I'm not sure what I'm doing specifically on the day. Like I don't know if I'll be doing something with Mrs. Twister, but I mean, hell, she could be working for all I know. But yeah, I've been live before during like Winter Classics or like the Heritage Classic. Like that sort of thing usually does pretty well for me. So I won't rule that out, Mike. Batman Returns. But Mason Marchment just had the goofiest series of events happen to him. Okay. Well, this period is, oh shoot, not eventful if you're a Wild fan. But I mean, hey, this is going to be a great win for the Panthers. You know, keep in mind the Wild are like missing a handful of very good players for them. Eriksson, Gustafsson, and Middleton. Like that those are three big pieces of their core. Mason Marchment. Wait, Mason Marchment plays for Dallas though, right? So what happened? At least I would have thought that it would have been a few hours ago, yeah? Mason Marchment had a series of unfortunate events. He gets cross-checked from behind. Wait. Let's take a look at that again. And then what happened to him? Then he falls on the ice later. So yeah, I'm taking a look on X here. He got checked in the back. And then what happened? Then he tries to get up. And oh man, like his stick slipped on the ice and he ate it again. Well, missing the 2C, yeah. And that's probably one of my favorite. Bennett being out, yeah. That's true. Yeah, that kind of cancels itself out, right? Puck to the face. Oh shoot, he actually got hit by that puck. Keaton, Bale, Affleck, Pattinson will be two, but gotta see the movie first. Are we there yet? Are we there? Yeah. This is funny because like she could actually annoy me right now, and she's not doing it. She's like, okay, I've had enough of the whole pestering thing. If it happens, great. If it doesn't, no sweat off my back. Who is the biggest NHL stat patter? So you're talking about somebody who just racks up the numbers, but when push comes to shove, doesn't really do anything. Boy, maybe this is really mean of me, but Mark Scheifele? I don't know. I'm still bitter about the Jets because I thought they were going to make a deep run last year. I don't want to just pick like McDavid because the guy won the Conn Smythe. Oh, I mean, sorry, you know. But that's a great sort of topic. Who is the biggest stat patter? Like Scheifele, he's like just like a point per game guy. There's got to be somebody above him, right? I don't know, man. Can we say Pedersen? Panarin and Zibanejad, just because when push comes to shove in the playoffs, right? McKinnon. I can't go there. I can't go there with Nate Dogg. Zach Hyman. Well, Zach Hyman's definitely a finisher, right? But you still need. Ooh. Hartman got a 10-minute misconduct. And so does Lindell. Kucherov? No, not Kucherov. Nah, dude, that guy's an assassin out there. Like Hyman, he can be part of big plays. I mean, I get what you're saying though. I think I do. But you still have to finish plays. You have to put your body in a position where it's gonna get, bruised up pretty quickly. Because I personally, as skilled as he is, I used to think of Kaprizov as a stat patter. Dingo dollars for Cortana. Ding, 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 ding. McKinnon's dirty. Shoot, you're gonna have to send me something because I've yet to see something dirty from McKinnon. I love McKinnon though. Every defenseman's looking the other way. The rest of the Oilers. I mean, that's fair. Eric, McKinnon is a stat patter, but that's just you. Okay, does he have? He was still very good in the Stanley Cup run. But hey, to each to their own. I mean, I would rather say that like Marner. I don't want. Boy. Matt, maybe a little bit. Not Nylander. I'll go to bat for Willie Nylander. Willie Nylander makes all kinds of ish happen. Stat pattern Mark Scheifele. Okay. Marner looks like a high schooler. Yeah, I would think more in the like. I think a little bit of Marner and maybe even a little bit Matthews. Yeah. Elite stat patter dude disappears in the playoffs. All right, final minute 45. This is actually a Panthers power play. Ovi now only cares about goals. Okay, that's fair. Yeah. Oh, yeah. All right. I'm down to $1.25. Everyone on the Leafs stat pads does nothing in the playoffs. Except Nylander. I don't even know if he does that much in the playoffs. I love Nylander though. All right. Well, the power play's expired. We're in the final minute. Rodriguez from the dot. Nice little one-touch pass out to the point. Balinskis. Nico Mikkola. Here he is again. He shoots. Rebound. Big kick out. Stripped. Another shot. Off the rebound, they score. And, oh my God, Fleury was just by himself. Was that Lois Turinen? A2, Brute. So much for my defensive game. See, I don't like to reveal too many secrets here, Jason. But I say that so then that way the Panthers actually put a few back in the net. You know, a little reverse psychology. All right, wait, did I give Cortana a treat? Let's give her another one. Let's do another one to me. All right, here we go. Solid all around game. Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, don't forget, guys, like when we talk about sports psychology, right? sometimes teams will get just emotionally trapped in the glory of a big victory. And that's what the Panthers had in their last game. Instead, they got down to business, played some Paul Maurice hockey, and it ended up winning big in this game too. All around, yeah. Yeah, I mean, Minnesota right now, they need to get healthy. But Ducks, the Ducks might do them a favor. Dos puntos. Oh wait, there's still some more apple here. Here we go, last piece. Whoop. Good girl, Cortana. Gracias, Senor Trey. Trey area. At least the Twin Cities have the Vikings. Exactly. Timberwolves are doing. Why did they trade Karl Anthony Towns? And that is a wrap from Xcel Energy Center, where the Panthers steamroll the Wild, and there's a rat on the ice. Yes. And fresh off a terrific victory against the Oilers, the Panthers tie up the Toronto Maple Leafs in the Atlantic Division, excuse me. Although they played one more game, but still, they win the game that's on the schedule. There's a rat problem in Minnesota. 2 points for the good guys. Yes, indeed. Anthony Towns rant is for another day. Yeah. Utah and Canucks are tied at 2 apiece. What time is the recap show tomorrow? You're kidding. I know. Oh, man. Ducks 3. Hello, go Ducks. Quack, quack. Yeah. Go down in the draft order. Yes. Colin. I've always liked your profile pic, Colin. I like that. You know, the Miami Vice colors there. Community's been awesome. You'll come back Friday. There you go. Yeah. People here are great, aren't they? Sid hasn't scored in 10 games. He's been racking up assists. Still winning. Yeah, I know, right? Like, I was like, wait, what? This team? This team that has no goal scorer after those two? All right. Hey, thank you so much for hanging out with us, guys. Let's see here. Let's see here. It's 9:35. Okay. Well, I think it's probably time for me to get my butt in the kitchen so that I can bake some cookies for my cousin who I'm meeting up with tomorrow. So thank you so much for hanging out with us, guys. It's really been a lot of fun. Always is with you, but tonight was right at that level. Might have even been a little bit higher. Not easy to do that. Thank you so much for all your super chats, by the way. Your benevolence, I don't deserve it, but it goes toward Cortana's treat fund. We'll be back on Friday, 7 Eastern, as the Panthers take on the St. Louis Blues against Jim Montgomery. And then, again, we'll be here on Monday at 7 Eastern as well. Not Sunday, but Monday. So be sure to have a fun day then. Thank you so much, everybody. Have a good night. And from Cortana and me, if we're not going to see you for the rest of the time here, have a Merry Twistmas. Jaws and Kyle will be back soon enough, so you won't get too sick of me. And thank you, Steven Davis. Hey, that was a pretty good running back in the day. Here, wait, do I have, where'd I put the little treats? I can't forget you, Steven. There it is. All right, boom goes the dynamite. And we'll see you guys for the next one, hopefully. Wait, what? Oh, what happened there? I don't know. Why did everything just close? Anyway, peace.